SPD emergency!
Power Rangers fans, get ready for the biggest event of the fall. It's Ranger Stop, Superhero Toy and Comic-Con 3. Hang out with some of your fellow Ranger fans for a weekend of fun and excitement. Check out awesome panels, including a live Ranger recap. Get a chance to purchase new and rare collectibles in the dealer's room. Sign up for the exclusive VIP dinner. And of course, meet your favorite Power Rangers actors. This year's lineup includes Austin St. John, David Yost, Walter Emmanuel Jones, David Fielden, Johnny Young Bosch, Karen Ashley, Steve Cardenas, Catherine Sutherland, Nikia Baris, Blake Foster, Hillary Shepard, Christopher Kamen Lee, Melody Perkins, Danny Slavin, Sean C.W. Johnson, Rhett Fisher, Jason Fong, Michael Capone, Dan Southworth, Sierra Hanna, Ruben Langdon, Zeron Zephyr, and the SPD 10-year reunion, Brandon J. McLaren, Chris Vallette, Matt Austin, Monica May, and Alicia Perrott, with more potential guests to come, along with a mystery guest you won't know about until the convention weekend. So come down to the Holiday Inn Suites across from Universal Studios, 5905 South Kirkman Road, Orlando, Florida, November 13th to the 15th, 2015, for Ranger Stop 3. It's gonna be a more phenomenal weekend.
Hero time starts now.
Hi there, I'm Catherine Sutherland from Power Rangers, and you're watching Ranger Recap on RVT.
You see, I was right about frickin' Fury this whole time, Easy. Get the phone, because I called that shit.
The hell you were. I was right. I called it this whole damn time.
Oh, please. All right? I knew the Gold Ranger was inside Fury. I always knew it was.
Bullcrap. You called Tyler's dad, and I will prove it so much that I will kick your ass all the way from here to the UK. It'll be like a Xandar Inquisition.
No one expects the Xandar Inquisition!
Damn it, man!
God damn it!
What?
Let's just get to the show.
Good idea.
Cause I am the one you should fear the most. Cause I am the one who will take you down. And as long as I exist, there's hope for the world. Hope for the world. Should fear the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ranger Recap, the only Power Rangers podcast to ask the question, why don't more monsters get indigestion and barf out Rangers?
I know, right?
Seriously. Welcome back. I'm Easy Rider. That's the Shays. That's Matty Jay. And oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, the more I think about it, Pepto-Bismol.
Or some kaopectate.
Yeah.
Jerry, you might want to, freaking
Write this shit down. You might need
write
it.
it down. Take a little note.
You might need that.
Anyway, not much news to go over, sadly, but we do want to say that we do know that the newest Power Rangers movie, the reboot, and I'm doing the Dr. Evil fingers, you can't see them.
Yeah.
And not the one that we saw that's good, that pretty much ruined our childhoods, but made it better by ruining it for some reason.
Anyway, not the Vanderbeek one, but
No.
the one that's slated for 2017 will begin in Vancouver, of all places, much to Maddie's dismay over here. I believe in January.
January. Well, here's the thing. Can you film stuff in January in Ottawa, Ontario, where snowpocalypse happens? You know what I mean?
He's got a point there.
Unless you have a snow scene, which, hey, you know what? I'll shake the hand of a couple of Power Rangers if that happens. But hey, you know what? For you For your, Jonathan Johnson says there's a botch?
Wait,
What botch?
What botch?
I'm in the chat. What botch?
What botch?
Also, you can't spell botch for shit.
No, you can't,
Yeah.
dude. Sorry. Gotta call you out on that shit. Yeah, what botch you talking about? Let's see. Dino Charge,
It's a botch
Interplay?
within a botch. It's botchception.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, well. Anyway.
But yeah, Vancouver is, Vancouver's become a Hollywood spot for filming. So, fuck, they filmed Deadpool in Vancouver. So,
Which
Yeah.
makes
Hey.
perfect sense given who it's about.
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
And of course, before we continue, I'm Canadian, bub. Moving on. Moving along.
I guess the only thing I can think of is for that botch is the intro skipped a little bit, but even then, I don't think it was that big of a problem.
Minor botch.
Yeah, that's not
Minor
even worthy
film.
of the RVT joke.
Yeah.
Guys, it's live streaming. It's our computers. Get used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys want my computer to run so smoothly that it doesn't do that anymore? I have a fundraiser for that. We'll get to that at the end of the show.
Anyway.
Let's get to today's episode.
Yes.
Good idea.
For those of you
Let me get to that royal pain in the butt.
Yeah, and I need to do this real quick. So in case you didn't know, yes, we're on episode 11, Break Out!
Also, before we go any further, yes, we do know that episode 12 was leaked. And no, we will not be going over it tonight because it's one episode per recap. If we did more than one episode on here, the podcast would be 5 or 6 goddamn hours, and we're just not going to have that.
No, this is not Toku Riffs.
Yeah, seriously.
Even Toku Riffs doesn't get that bad.
So, save your comments for episode 12 for the next one, aka the next one,
And
not
if any,
this one.
And if any of
Yeah.
you sent your comments for episode 12, we will be skipping that part of your email.
Send it again. Also, why not my hometown? Well, like I said, it's no apocalypse there, LPH. Though, when I was in college, my dorm was used as a set for a movie.
Nice.
It's not a Hollywood movie. It was a joint Canadian Quebecois film, which is actually happened to be pretty good. But details,
We move on. We move on. So as always, we hope that you have your episode of Dino Charge ready to go from whatever legal avenue you have procured it from. Obviously, Hulu and Nickelodeon.com are probably your best bets. Or Nick.com, I think is what it is.
Whatever, their player's still shit.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, I would suggest this, that if you're going to watch it on Nick.com, have an ad block ready, because otherwise those ads will fuck you over.
Yep.
But Shades, how will they make any money to make more precious SpongeBob episodes?
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Won't someone please think of the children?
We have thought of the children. Why? That's why we have ad block on.
Exactly.
Hey-oh!
And people are going, why would you bury the sponge? And I say, exactly.
No, I think the real answer is, why wouldn't we?
Or
Actually, speaking
why
of
not?
Nickelodeon, I hear they're actually planning a 90s block of or stuff from the 90s.
I heard of a whole channel for
I've
90s.
heard both, actually.
I've heard a lot, yeah, because I've heard about that. There's seems like the whole channel. So I don't know.
How the hell are they going to fill that up, by the way? I mean, there were a lot of 90s shows from Nick, but not enough to fill up a whole channel. You have to get some 80s cartoons in there somewhere. And also, some 80s shows would be nice. You can't do that on television. I mean, that was a great show. You really need to get that back on the air.
Hey,
Another
if
Another
that deal was
another great product from Canada, I might add.
Hey, you know what?
Yep.
I can almost guarantee you that if that channel it does become a reality, the return of the game shows.
Please.
The prime of Nickelodeon before the sponge came and corrupted it all.
Yeah, I also want the Nick Coms. Shut
Ooh.
up, they were good. I want Hey Dude, I want salute your shorts. I even want Clarissa explains it all. Shut up, Melissa Joan Hart was cute.
Yeah, come on, I love
Still
this.
is. Anyway, I'm just saying, that's going to be interesting to see. And I don't know why we keep delaying the inevitable.
Let's.
Because we usually talk about the news during this part.
That's true.
Yeah.
We have some extra time to kill, which means there's gonna be more time for emails. But let's get to it. Here we go. I assume all of you guys are ready,
Yep.
and let's do this. Power Rangers Dino Charge, Episode 11. Break out in 3, 2, 1. Play.
Oh.
Nope, sorry.
Whoops. Breakout, not to be confused with acne. Although if you eat enough Bronto burgers, you'll get some.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Coda, there's not a blemish on that man's face. And I'm not just saying that because we're Yoshi Army members.
Yeah.
Okay, I am.
The logo's there in the corner for a reason, boys.
Join the army if you haven't already, but we'll get to that. after
Link to the
show.
groups in the description.
Anyway,
Spread the word.
Anyway, back on the good ship Honeymoon, because Sledge and Poisander never had one.
Probably never will.
Nope.
They should have been on the Love Boat.
Or the love
Would have
ship.
made that show way more interesting.
Oh yeah.
Hell, even Serpentera. So, does someone want to tell me why you have a Kevin Owens style Zord and you didn't tell me?
Because it would pile drive me if I did.
That's not my problem.
Sledge is totally channeling Zed there. It is so hard to find good henchmen these days.
Yeah, right. Ah, we're actually keeping up with this story. I thought they were going to ditch this plot point.
Take it off! Okay, old man, you've been warned. Get out. Oh, God. I'm having Mystic Knights of Tirnanoke flashbacks here.
Hello, I know.
There's Rowan and Angus and Garrett. Fire within me, water around me, forest before me. I can't be the only one thinking of Mystic Knights when we see this.
I know. Also, that can't. Nah, I'm not gonna think about it. Nah, it can't be. That's not the guy. Little kid.
Yoink!
That's gotta be. Oh.
Whoa!
And right there and then, Fury invented the term yoink, or tried to. Knock, knock. Who's there? Evil monster. Who? Evil monster.
Evil monsters.
Slash.
When someone tells me I need to hit the Vince McMahon button soon.
Maybe. Actually, you need to hit another button about another general manager. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we must enjoy the awesome intro.
Yep. Also, we should point out right now that Sir Ivan bears a striking resemblance to one Latino Heat. Am I right, Matty?
I ain't in the bun yet.
He will, though. But actually, you're thinking Eddie Guerrero. I'm thinking more Mario Lopez.
Yeah, I kind of see that more.
He's a bit. He's a little Slatery. Only he has the flat top instead of the bushy hair.
Meanwhile, during the fight.
Meanwhile, Sir Ivan is laying the smacketh down.
Layeth the smacketh downeth on your laziest asseth.
Also, how much money did
only-
Fury have to pay for that coat, man? That thing, freaking fur coat like that, costs thousands.
Did he shave a woolly mammoth and put it on?
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, PETA is pissed off.
Also, this sword fight is boring. See, Sir Ivan, back then the medieval ages did not have shovels. If you would have had a shovel, you would have been victorious. Also, this glowy thing. Yoink!
Remind me to
Mine,
fire
mine,
that
mine,
knight.
mine. That's great, but why do you have a Dungeons and Dragons style armor behind you?
Uh-oh, we got a limo. We got a limo.
Oh, crap. We got Men in Black. Oh, hello.
Uh-oh. Sense danger. I best hurry. Well, it's off to Barnes & Noble to buy some DVDs, am I
It'd
right?
be real bad if
Uh-oh.
someone came and took the stone back
Look
before
at
we
him.
could
He's got
hide
that
it.
Vince McMahon walk.
He does. He's got that swagger.
Boy,
Alright.
the IRS is going to great lengths to get the museum to pay taxes.
I know. Where's the $1 million? Whoa, okay.
I'm going to William Regal all over you.
Oh, buddy, you don't want me to hit that Steve Regal button, buddy.
No, we don't need that.
He's not Steve Regal. He is general manager of NXT William Regal right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Would you believe we're just
Oh.
cosplaying?
would you believe that
We
we're
were
actually Power
cosplaying.
Rangers and we were trying to protect the stone for a reason?
Darn, when did people have portable cameras? What do you mean they're in their phones?
Oh.
Do not touch hair again or Coda will slap you bitch ass mofo.
Can I kick him in the dick? Can I kick this dick in the dick?
Aw, he who disses Coda must pay.
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. What? No alarm
Where's
on that
the
thing?
alarm?
Seriously,
And
where are
with
the alarms for these things?
Yeah, precious stone in a museum, that thing should be freaking, that should have an alarm out the ass.
If
You know-
this was the Pink Panther, Cluso wouldn't have to look for it. It'd be long gone.
Yeah.
that, and we'd call the cops.
Well, hell, a modern museum like this, that cops would have already been on their way before these guys left the building. You
Guns
can't tell
be
me
at
she
your
turned off the
head.
security.
Guns be at your head, and I'm it. And just because you're a douchebag, sorry, Easy, I'm hitting this.
Go ahead.
He's a man, such a man, such a man. He's a real man.
Oh crap, why didn't we think to bring guns?
I don't think they would have helped.
Would have made them feel better.
Serious-
Can my dry British wit help at all?
I think
No,
Alright,
not.
it took-
Alright, discount Hugh Grant, hand it over.
Well,
Oh,
Coda smash! Coda strongest there is! Oh, look at Coda!
Points
Dude,
for-
he Superman punched!
suplex.
He pulled a Roman Reigns
Superman
there,
punch,
Matty.
unmorphed, freaking owning Fury. That is badass.
And
Oh,
a
see why we like this guy.
suplex. Guy gets a point for that.
Yeah, do you
Dude.
see why we like this guy?
Forget that tag match with Coda and Bull Dempsey. Now I want to see Coda team up with Roman Reigns.
No,
Well, he
Why?
would make Roman Reigns look strong.
that's true.
That and their mic skills are about the same.
Yeah, but Coda has an excuse. Unless there's
I beg
something
your
about
pardon.
Roman Reigns we don't know.
It's true.
Also, props to Judd Lynn or whoever wrote the dialogue here. Notice they were fighting and not jabbering.
Yes. A little
Hey,
bit.
Riley's like, oh, new weapon, hubcap.
Hubcap shield.
It's not very
Add to the
effective.
list.
Well, points for trying.
Yeah. Then again, most hubcaps are very weak aluminum. That thing is not going to protect you from shit.
For those keeping score, that's Coda 5, British douchebag 0.
I'll take that apple now if you've still got it.
I was a dick. Yes. Yes, you were.
This
My dry
a
British
very-
wit.
a very British dick.
Funny enough, that's exactly what Coda basically tells him. It's like, everyone has good of him, even a jackass like you.
Pow! Yeah. Pow! I'm just doing it for Coda because you pow.
That's a verbal slap.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow,
I
they
didn't know
got.
Coda was on the most extreme elimination challenge.
I know, right? Oh shit.
That's not good.
That's
Nope.
nope.
Wait a minute. Does that mean...
Again, it's no shovels. Also, where did Fury's curved sword go? Notice he was using a different sword there.
Yeah.
Where'd he get that from? Darn, if only I had a shovel. Oh, that'll work.
Guns. We don't have shovels. We have boomsticks.
Should have used a shovel. They're practically indestructible, as Tyler has pretty much shown.
Well,
Demonstrated.
the big shovels, a little hand shovel will melt in their hands.
Now I'm going back to playing Angry Birds. You guys take care of that, okay?
You know, keep her in the back. Keep it down. Days of our lives is on.
Also, in the amount of time they spent talking here, if he's already summoned the Pterosaur, he should have already been inside the thing and using the Energen in it.
Yep.
So really, there's no one to blame for Fury's failure in this case but himself.
Ew.
Because that should have been priority number one. Fuck showing off the Poisandra. Just jump in the goddamn machine and activate the damn thing.
Could have said na
Nice.
na 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 from Zord.
He's a fan. Get your ass to the Pterosaur.
Oh, thanks for waiting for us to get up here and get the Energem back. Oh shit, Coda's leading the charge.
Damn
Hey.
right!
Nice.
Coda hitting the not fucking around button.
See, that's why he has an army. That should be like, Poisandra should be like, we have an army. We have a Coda.
I have an army. We have Coda.
I got a rock.
I got a charge
Uh-oh.
it!
Here we go again. Da, 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 da.
Da-na-na-na. Down out.
Super
No.
Sentai Hero? Yeah, he's got an ego, which is exactly my point. He should be in the Pterosaur gloating.
He should be in the Zord blowing shit up.
That's how his ego would be fed. Standing out here and gloating to Poisandra is only doing him harm, and it's not helping his ego at all.
Yep. Ooh.
New Dino Charger. Let's see what it can do.
A new toy to sell.
Ah, the giraffe charger. Oh wait, giraffes aren't dinosaurs. Well, they should be.
No, it's a Bronto Charger.
I know.
It's a I'm gonna kick your ass charger for
Well,
this
that's all of
episode.
them, so that's beside the point.
Oh,
Yes, I can see
Bob,
them totally
60.
using that in their everyday life.
also, but Bob over there, biting some tail off. Bob 316 says, "I just bit your ass."
Yep.
Now time for epic battle.
/ Sentai footage. Notice how bright Coda's outfit just got?
Oh shit!
Not that we're complaining, mind you. We're just pointing out the,
Ooh.
as Matty put it, the oxidization.
Hey, you know
Let's
what?
be fair, is what it is. Hey, it's shelf life, okay?
Yeah.
It
On
is.
top of
Lasts
that,
forever.
how many people are honestly gonna pay attention to that? We do that because we're
Us.
critics. That's just us. But your average kid ain't gonna notice shit like that. They're not gonna care.
Heads up, bitches!
Also, coming out of the ground, you may as well call that a wall. Oh yeah!
They're going to
shit.
Suplex City!
Aw, come on, Coda. DDT some bitches.
I call that a really suplex.
Yeah,
Really, suplex? Yeah.
double suplex.
Which is just as
Welcome to-
impressive as anything else he could have done.
Hey, at least he's doing something, Poisandra, unlike you.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Welcome to.
You
Now
fairly
that-
kicked our ass before. What makes you think you can do it again?
Now that, my friends, is the drill that will pierce the heavens!
Yep. By the way, what's all that yellow stuff coming out of you? I mean, gold stuff. I can't believe it's not butter. Okay.
It's not
Melted
though.
butter.
In
Please
case
tell
you
me
need to
it's
die,
not.
you eat too much of it. Booyah!
Oh!
Well, that's maybe why he's called Fury. He has high blood sugar.
And that's one of the few times I'll let them get away with a slow motion back explosion.
Cal explosion.
Cause barely, that's more the energy discharge from the punch.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Someone's
Oh.
got a case. There's the indigestion.
And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. Any Tangled fans? Didn't think so.
Also, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Whoa!
Oh!
Oh!
See, Fury, this is why you don't. This is why you don't store plutonium rods in your stomach. Also, no morphs allowed.
So should we count that? Because it's really not an attack that did it. Just, you know,
Jay, it's an excuse to show off the new guy.
that's true.
Yeah.
Also, that's what I call explosive indigestion.
Oh, wait, whoa, whoa.
Holy crap, you're not my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, prepare for a little disappointment there, Tyler. Nani?
You're. Yeah, that is impossible because
Mamacita. Cuanto latino y
Say
Also-
what?
Also, that rusted Terramorpher looks awesome, and I want one. In fact, I should have worn my Gabru changer for this. And wow, that gold suit has faded.
Yeah.
it has seen better days.
Like right here, you can see it's a lot brighter.
Yeah. See, folks, this is why spandex is usually hand wash.
Yeah.
Not machine washed. Yeah.
Also, as much as I'm liking the premise of Sir Ivan, hearing him talk over this footage of Kyoryuger, it's like a Monty Python dub.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know.
I like Ivan, don't get me wrong, but that voice is going to take some getting used to.
It will.
Mhm.
In battle, anyway.
I've got one other nitpick, but I'll talk about that in the review.
Yep.
And you can tell that that British accent is so forced.
It is.
Little bit.
Oof.
Name's Dino Charge Gold. I put a shock to your system.
Ooh. Well, looks like Poisandra and them is gonna have to get themselves to the barber soon. And ooh, what a shocking revelation!
Ooh.
And Thunderstruck! Bow, 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 Thunderstruck!
I don't know who you are, vile varlet, but I will leave you enlightened.
Hi-oh.
Waka waka. Waka waka. For Xandar!
I
Thunder!
like what they did with the graphics there.
That is
was very
nice.
nice.
That was awesome.
Actually, wasn't that in the Sentai?
There was something like it in the Sentai, but it wasn't the same, I don't think, because that says Xandar
Oh,
Thunder.
shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what it was. Xander Thunder.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what
Boss
the-
man's
that's what the
pissed.
changer said.
Touch his wife. Boss man is pissed.
Oh.
And oh, it's even worse here. Oh.
Good thing Poisandra doesn't have a dad. This would be tough to explain. Well, that we know of. Also, Now it's time for the Kevin Owens Zord to become the Kevin Steen Zord.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
He's about to package pile drive your ass!
Yep. Happy anniversary, Sledge, you prehistoric jack off! Hey, prehistoric jack off! Trending worldwide!
Also, I love how he automatically knows how to use the Zord.
Hell,
It-
I like
it's-
how he automatically had a morpher on hand, considering that was 800 years ago and he had just found the Energem.
I think
I
that's
like,
that,
I like
I
the
think that
fact
comes
that he
later.
I like the fact that he immediately decided to kick everybody's ass.
Well, that goes without saying.
Also, monster vanquished. I like that.
Yeah.
You're not in Xandar anymore. I am Coda. I used to be a caveman. Now I'm a lawyer.
Ah,
I'm glad you got out of the stream, okay?
Yeah.
Don't make me put you in a match on NXT against Tyler Breeze. Actually, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Do I tell him about the wars, the famines that have hit Xandar over the years? Nah. He'll figure it out.
Time to clue you in on what's going on here.
We're Twinkies.
guys, would it have killed you to lead off with that at the very beginning of this episode?
To be fair, with how much of a jackass he was being, do you think he'd believe them? He needed to see
Point
it for
taken.
himself.
And see, he's giving it back to the rightful owner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to get myself in another scandal that will be trending on Twitter in no time. What is Twitter, my lord?
You will learn,
You'll
my
find-
friend.
Ooh, buddy, you're in for a wild ride.
Well, there
I'll get
goes
you-
Prince
oh.
Philip, and I'm sure we'll never see him again. Plus, I've been stuck in Fury for 800 years. I really have to pee.
I'm free at last. I'm going to enjoy the world for a little while. Don't worry, I'll show up when you need me. It's just how it goes.
Also, I'm the new ranger, and I'm way too cool for you, harlots. Okay, thanks. Bye. Thanks,
Also,
Ranger Syndrome.
what's a David Letterman? Oh
You need a ride? Yes, where is your coach?
Yeah, about that.
You need to be in a class with Captain America y pronto.
Captain America, nothing. Him and Coda both need a history lesson from, damn, who was it? They need to be in a class with Dar from Beastmaster 2
Ooh.
and Hercules when he came to New York. There's a lot of guys who need to be in classes together.
Fuck,
yeah.
I think Kirk.
And He-Man when he came to Earth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Ooh, don't remind
we
me
need
of that movie.
Hey, I like that movie. Shut up. Anyway, we need to take we need to set up a Lost Warrior class at the Learning Annex.
Right?
Yeah, it should be like Lost Warriors Anonymous. Name is Kota, and me Lost Warrior.
Hi,
Go.
Coda.
Coda.
Alright, well, let's rate this thing. Honestly,
Actually, before we even go there, Shades, Matty, hit the button.
Latino Heat.
Nope. Popo.
Oh,
he told you to have that button ready.
It's true. That is true.
No, the muff button.
Called it.
There it is.
Truth be told, in a way, both of us called it. Because both of us did. Because if I recall correctly, I said that the Sixth Ranger was going to be in there. So they were going to kind of pull that. And yeah, I said it was going to be Tyler's dad. I'll admit I was wrong on that end of it.
Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Fury didn't exactly become a mask.
That is true.
So,
That's true.
There could be more than one person in there. Phrasing might get a little crowded.
Yeah, though,
True.
here's the thing. Here's the one thing that kind of makes that difficult is that Fury already exists prior to Tyler's dad being involved in this. Kind of hard for that to work.
How? I mean, Fury wasn't a mask when he took over Ivan.
Yeah, but he also didn't take over Ivan the same way.
Well,
So
you say
it-
that.
So we'll have to see. I mean, it's up in the air of what they're actually going to do with it at this point. I mean, the fact that they kind of took a slightly different route than the Sentai is a plus in my book.
I do like the red herrings that have been thrown out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Clever son of a bitch. I do
And
like
you know
how
what?
they thought it. They Tyler gave it that thought. Red herring. Sorry, Matty. Go ahead.
And it gives credence to hey, he might still be in the body, and B, hey, it moves the plot along.
It does. Yeah, the fact that the
So-
three of us are discussing it like this, the fact that me and Easy are trying to, hash this out and figure out what the real thing is, that's the sign of good storytelling, when it leaves you guessing.
Yeah. Also, for all we know, how do you know Tyler's dad isn't up on that ship in one of those cells? You never know.
There's that, too. I'll definitely go with that. They leave a lot of avenues open for what the real story is, and that's a good way to keep you invested. You want to find out what the true answer is, because they're leading you towards it without actually telling you what's coming. Again, there's a reason why the three of us have been praising Judd Lin like a god.
Yep.
He is earning that. He is earning our praise. Let me assure you. I mean, is it perfect? No, but I think a lot of that's more Saban and Toei, and probably Bandai too, being jackasses more than anything. But compared to the last 3 seasons, I think we're doing all right.
Yep. Well, at least one thing is for certain. At least Ivan is not one of the knights who say me.
Yeah.
Me.
Now, my real only nitpicks with this episode were, as we mentioned earlier, the fact that just after breaking free, he all of a sudden has a morpher, which we never saw him try to pull out before, and has full knowledge of the weapons and abilities that he has.
To be fair, Morpher all called BS with you, but to be fair, he has been in Fury, and Fury has been in the Megazord.
I could actually, if we go back to how Tyler and Shelby got their morphers, in a way
True.
it kind of makes sense, because you can't choose Energems. They choose you, much like the Dino Gems. They have to bond to you.
Yeah.
In a sense. So, who's to say that the Gold Energem, when Ivan picked it up out of the stream, didn't immediately bond to him?
Oh, I think that
and
was the
gave him all the
implication to
knowledge.
begin with. That was but the knowledge thing, that I don't get, because Tyler and Shelby, going back, using that argument, they didn't automatically know how to use it. They kind of got confused at first. It took them a while to figure out how to use the Dino Charger, use the guns.
Well, Ivan had nothing better to do there for 800 years. Maybe, I don't know.
It could have been lost in a lot. He probably took some time to think about things. I mean, until he started realizing, hey, there's some people fighting off this guy. Now's my chance to get out of here.
Yeah.
Maybe he was tapped
Who's
into
to
the
say he
morphing
couldn't have seen what's going on? And who's to say there aren't more Rangers out there? In fact, we know there are some, if you know your Kyoryuger. it's entirely possible that there may
And
be.
they've
others
established that there are, what, 10 Energems? It was?
Yes.
10?
There's 10
And in all.
Energems, and they reaffirmed that in this episode. So let's see, we're up to 6 now. So there's 4 more Energems out there, and that means there's 4 more Rangers. And here's the thing: the Ankylozord's already activated, which means its Energem is already active. Someone's already got that one. We just don't know where.
And who's to say Keeper wasn't able to communicate with Ivan somehow while he was trapped?
It's possible, though. I think it's more like, as the Dragoon points out. I think, like we said, while he was trapped in Fury, he probably just, tapped into the morphing grid and learned a few things, because that tends to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that if we go by the old universal morphing grid setup, that's what these Energems are tapping into here.
Also, Sir Ivan was actually a trained warrior, so he's actually had some kind of training. All the others have had to,
Learn on the fly.
grow, adapt, and fight.
The fact that he knew how to use a sword, I'm not even going to fault him for. Like I said, and even then, by that
How
point...
he could summon it, though, that you could call BS on.
No, see,
how
here's
does he
the
know
thing.
he has that?
That is where I say, once you're morphed and you're actually, tapping into the morphing grid like that, a lot of Rangers do that. A lot of Rangers have that idea that once you're in the morphing grid, you gain the knowledge of what you have and how to use it.
Also, if you go back a scene... Actually, let me pull that up for a second. When he comes out, it glows in his hand, and he looks up at Fury, and it's like it imparted the knowledge to him. If you look very closely,
it could that might be the case. It's like I said, it's not so much a complaint, more of a nitpick, because I'm not quite sure they didn't even quite show it as well as it could have, but it just kind of left me going, huh?
Actually, yeah. He as soon as he gets out of Fury, he stands up and says, "Finally, it's my turn to morph." And the gold Energem glows in his hand, and I think that it's it's calling to him and it's telling him what to do.
Yeah. So I think what we can imply on that is that basically, yeah, he's like we said earlier, he was able to break out, and he was probably aware of what was going on around him, so he knew that the Rangers existed, which is why he wasn't shocked by them.
Right.
And their appearance and everything else. He was aware that he was in a new world. He was not in his time. That time has left him behind.
Mm-hmm.
Or has
Well,
gone
the Rangers weren't exactly morphed when he came out. They were unmorphed, remember?
Oh, yeah.
But who's to say he couldn't see them while all this was going on?
Right, exactly. So that happened, and then he grabbed the Energem, and he was aware that he could do that they could do that. So he was thinking, okay, well, I have the same thing they have. Maybe I can do this. And
yeah.
But that's also probably why his morpher looks different, because he doesn't know how theirs were created. He just had this. You just imagine a morpher, and boom, there it is.
Also, I think the Energems kind of adapt to modern times, because the 5 of them have guns, not wrist morphers. Back then, there were no guns, only swords and bows and arrows and sort of like that. That doesn't exactly explain why it shoots lasers, but semantics. So maybe the Gold Energem imparted a wrist changer instead, like a wrist gauntlet, like a knight's armor.
That's fair. And of course, when you say the lasers, though, you notice how he uses it, though. And this goes back over to how Kyoryuger did it too. Is he pulls it back like a slingshot.
That too. That works too.
So even though it fires lasers, how he uses it is similar to that of like a bow and arrow or a slingshot, where he has to pull it back.
And again, the Gold Energem could have imparted this knowledge to him. It could have just, when it glows, it said, "Hey, Latino Heat, you got a sword. Your morpher shoots guns, and you also got a Terrazord. Use them wisely. I'm out."
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? Who knows?
Anyway, it's all a theory, but it's just a Ranger
theory.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Anywho.
Also, can you want me to, is it time to rate this, by the way?
I was just about to say, let's fib the final rating on this. Are we gonna just switch over to the letter grade rating, or are we doing the old thumbs?
Let's keep with thumbs up. If we have a really, big reason to hate an episode, I think we would have a soapbox out by now. But since none of us do, let's just assume we like the episode. I mean, hell, we're tossing out wild theories about it, so we obviously like it.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's thumbs up all around.
another topic we need to bring up is Prince Philip. We
Which-
haven't really had an asshole on this team yet.
Ooh.
Think about that. Okay, Chase is a tad cocky. Okay, Coda, well, not for lack of trying or anything, but he's not exactly the brightest light bulb in the socket. So there's that. And of course, Tyler, Shelby, they've got their own personalities. But we never had the troublemaker on the team.
That's true.
I think that's where Prince Philip comes in.
If he's going to be a
Please
permanent
tell
member.
me. Please tell me he's not Cyan.
No.
I think he would have made his grand debut if he was. But notice the color of his tux. Gray.
You're thinking graphite?
Maybe. But I don't know if he has the gem yet or not. We don't know.
They don't even
It's
they
a
haven't even
possibility.
hinted at it yet, so who knows?
But he knows Ivan. There's a connection there. Well, he knows of Ivan, but there's a connection there. So who's to say there won't be a connection between gold and graphite in the future? Or maybe Prince Philip does find an Energem, but he gives it to someone else. That's again theories.
It's many different theories.
But yeah,
there,
other
so-
than that, I actually kind of hope he sticks around because we need that balance.
Yeah, we definitely
We
do.
need a dick. Also, can I just? I'm gonna hit the Latino heat button again because I'm sorry.
ahead.
Just
Go ahead.
Latino Heat.
there we go. I'm not gonna do the whole thing again, but okay. So we have a very Latino-looking person acting like a British knight from 800 years ago.
Actually, I had a theory about this. Actually, Matty, we talked about this during Raw yesterday.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
My guess is that, okay, yes, he is Latino, but he's also British. But keep in mind what's nearby. Spain. Who's to say a Spaniard and an English person couldn't have had a kid? It's entirely possible. They could have had a Spaniard heritage. But their family grew up in England.
Or
It's
in this
entirely
case,
possible.
Xandar.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, he has a British
Or
accent,
if you're looking
so I'm going
for
on
this, if you're looking for this in joke form, I believe the joke would be, "I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian."
Yeah, he's definitely Ramirez. Cyan? No, not that Ramirez.
No.
Sean Connery from Highlander.
You haven't seen that
Like-
movie yet? Shame on you. Watch it.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
It's like you're not ready. It's like you can't take them all by yourself. You Xandar Peacock. I'm not Xandarian. I'm Malaysian.
Hi-oh.
Hey-oh.
It's the same thing as Sean Connery. It's like I'm not Spanish. I'm Egyptian. So he's a Scottish guy playing a Spaniard who's actually an Egyptian. It's sort of the same thing with our joke. He's a Spaniard who's playing, or he's a Hispanic playing a Xandarian who's actually Malaysian. I don't get it.
Hi there, Joe Bob.
Yeah, exactly. Or Spoonie.
But or Spoonie, that's true.
He did the joke too, but we digress. It's entirely possible that, Xandar and Spain could be nearby each other. Or hey,
True.
maybe they're just all multicultural. Why are we being so close-minded?
This is true.
And if people say, he can't be British, he's Hispanic. And I'm just like, there are African American people in the UK, right, with British accents. Oh, look at Seal. He's
Seal.
British. I'm just saying, just don't let the accent fool you.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the guy that was in those in the Pierce Bronson and Bond movies, for God's sakes.
Mm.
Exactly.
Look at Danny Pink, or that guy that dated Rose Tyler before the doctor showed
Yeah,
up.
Mickey.
And pretty much fucked that up. Yeah, Mickey.
Exactly. Hell, I'll give you the quintessential, impression of a foreign guy, and you have no idea what he's from. Tommy Wiseau.
Oh!
We say he's from Brazil, Romania, Slovakia, Stan, but he claims to be from France. That ain't no French accent I ever heard of.
Nope.
Oh,
You know
hi,
what?
Mark.
with that accent, I'm sorry, buddy, but I think you are an immortal.
He's got to be. And he's just a little chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep.
Are we ready to go here?
I was going to ask, should I hit the button now?
Yes, let's hit the button.
Yeah, before we decide to Dave easy, which would not be a good idea.
No, let's do that. Maddie, go ahead.
It is indeed time, ladies and gentlemen, for your emails and comments of the week. You got it?
All right, turning it down.
You got it right, though. You got it like pretty much in sync there.
I know, right? Continue.
Didn't need those eardrums anyway.
Ranger Recap at gmail.com is where you send. Of course, on the page of the current episode of the Ranger Recap on TokuTai.me. Rules are on the screen. Shades, tell them.
Of course, Toku questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per comment. No versus questions. 1 email per episode, and we have a point to make on that. And keep the comments as brief as possible. Now, before we get to that problem, I wanted to bring up a couple emails that came in our inbox over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because 2 different types of emails came in. The later one was from our buddy LPH, who I believe is in the chat.
Yeah.
This issue has been resolved, but I wanted to bring this up because he had a very nasty week that week and sent us a very scary email to us. Now, I'm not going to go into the details. I'm not going to say what he said in here. We actually deleted the email, but I remember pretty much what it said. But the biggest thing I had was that he had a very big depressive day. Like, clinically depressed. To the point where we were actually worried that we may not ever see him again. Thankfully, the next night, he was in the chat for game night, and he told us, he's calmed down, he's fine. He just had a bad day. Well, we all had that.
Speak of the devil.
All right, yeah, like I say, he's in the chat. So, it happens. And I've said this before, the majority of our fans right now have mental health issues, myself included. I think everyone knows by now I have my own fucked up head to deal with. So we understand how hard it is to deal with shit like that. Just the one thing I will say, and I have a follow-up to this from another email, that we may not be close. I'm not going to talk to you all the time. If you try to message me on Skype or on Twitter, I may not always be buddy-buddy with you on there, but rest assured, if you are here with us, you're part of the family. Every single one of you guys. So, don't ever, if you guys having a bad day, just remember, we're here for you. You are not alone.
Yeah.
Ever.
I have a saying, I have a personal saying. You may be fucked up in the head, but you are one beautiful person. Way more beautiful than this ugly mug.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. So.
Besides, we always say you don't have to be crazy around here, but it helps.
And to follow up on that, because that was the second email we got. The first actually involves our buddy Red Rob Likes Disney.
Who is in the chat?
Who is in the chat, and he's about to, I believe I brought this up to him before, but now he's about to get embarrassed. Because I'm about to read this other email. We're going to, because I think this one needs to be read now.
Yeah.
And it goes, "Hello, Ranger Recap. I'm emailing you mainly to thank you. My brother is Robin, but you know him as Red Rob Likes Disney. My brother's 22 and he lives with autism. My brother really likes you guys, likes what you guys do with Power Rangers, and he gets really excited every time you answer one of his questions. I mainly just want to thank you for making my brother happy and excited every time you make a video."
That's what we do.
May I take over for this one?
Take it, my friend.
Because a lot of people, some of you may know, these two gentlemen do know that I happen to have something similar. It's not autism. It's called, it's semi-pragmatic autism. I forget the name of it. We're live. It happens.
Live streaming is awesome.
Yeah, it is. But, and I hate when it happens. But it's on the scale of autism, but knowing how living with something like that, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Red Rob, man, I know how you feel, and there's nothing to be embarrassed. The fact that you're an adult and you're hopefully prospering, I hope, I'm knocking on wood for you. You know, the fact that you're living your life, you're an adult, and you're enjoying your life and all that stuff, man, that's good. That's an inspiration.
It is. You should have been here for our autism charity we did on RBT a few years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
So the fact that you keep on keeping on is really admirable.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of story about my handicap, real quick. The doctors. Back then, I've told my parents when I was was a young little El Matty. I've told my parents I would never pass the 3rd grade. That's elementary, by the way, elementary school. They were pissed. And then I graduated. Then I went and graduated elementary, and then go into high school. It's a different system. There's no middle school, so they were told, well, you could do this thing where you could do other things at different grade levels. Because your maths is there, and your French is there, and your this and that is there. I'm not going to go into the technical details. I'm not going to go, but the bottom line thing is, you can get your high school diploma. You can't get your high school diploma because you're different. So we changed system or changed a commission and everything else. And the bottom line, I went from won't graduate elementary to won't graduate high school without a significant amount of help, or won't graduate to graduated college, period. So.
Yeah, so basically, he overcame odds that were stacked against him, which is very hard to do. It's a challenge, no doubt. Sorry.
It's a challenge. So, to anyone living with an affliction like autism, or who live with autism, or not living with autism, or something like, of that spectrum, just say that you're not alone. Just think about this: you're not alone.
No, never. You're never alone. And myself, I don't have anything on the autism spectrum, but I have ADHD, I have general mood disorder, I have a whole bunch of fucked up shit in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, the fact that I'm not as successful as I want to be says that. It is part of that. Like, I should be... after 6 years of doing this, I honestly expected to be more popular than this, or at least more successful at this. I'm actually fighting for disability right now because my mental health is so bad. And of course now my kid's going crazy. I might have to step out for a second. But just know that, I don't give up. I have 2 wonderful kids. I have a beautiful wife. I don't have a job, but I'm definitely, coming here and doing these streams is the one thing that makes me happy every single night. No matter how...
You could be doing worse. You could be doing worse, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I could be doing a lot worse. So,
Hell, I could be doing worse. I couldn't be, I'm lucky to even have a job.
Yeah. So, LPH is a slight response to something you did say. Yeah, I may have a wife, he may have a job, but rest assured, we had to fight for it. And that's what you got to do. Fight for it. So,
I got to rock.
I'll be right back. Tell you what, Matty, you take the first email, and I'll catch up when we get there.
All right. I don't have any disabilities. I'm just rock stupid. Actually, if you scan my head, you probably wouldn't be surprised to find a mental illness or anything. But I don't have anything special to brag about. I guess I have a bigger following than these two. I guess that's something to brag about.
Potato. The bottom line is
popular review show, I guess.
That email, just seeing that email, and I just go, damn, I love my job. That and to the brother, I apologize for. I know he's 22, but I apologize for yelling "fuck" on the internet. Actually, I don't apologize for yelling "fuck" on the internet. We have a disclaimer for that, but there's that. But we begin or romp through the mileage, the square mile of emails here with Ironically enough, coincidentally enough, Red Rob likes Disney, who is in the chat. Hey guys, sorry for asking that third question and start to regret it for the rest of the week. Yeah, 2 weeks. This is from a couple weeks ago. I won't repeat myself to you guys. I promise. Also, thank you for giving me my critical advice, and it will soon help me for the next couple of videos. Anyway, for the questions, Batman 60s music.
I'm back, by the way.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Ever since I liked Bulk and Skull in the original Mighty Morphin seasons, which comedic sidekick do you like better with Bulk? Skull, Professor Phenomenus, or Spike?
Skull, easily.
It's got to be Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
Actually, I refer you back to my top 10 Power Ranger supporting characters. It's Team Bulk and Skull, because you got to have both Bulk and Skull, but you also got to have guys like Lieutenant Stone, who I really miss, and I wish he would come back to he would come to Morphicon or some cons, because I'd love to meet him, get the team back together, or the late great Professor Phenomenus. His actor died, sadly. It's that third character that makes the Two Stooges 3.
It's the theory of combos. It's Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, Edge and Christian, Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to have that authority figure to make the Stooges, look up to someone. So basically, Larry and Curly need their Mo, and that's what Stone and Phenomenus were to some extent.
Yeah, but you notice you took Skull out of the equation, and Paul Schreier, bless his heart, he tried, but Bulk just did not work without Skull.
Nah.
Yeah, I think that's why they downplayed him in Lost Galaxy. Him and Professor Phenomenus. They knew it wasn't going to work without Jason Narvi, who was going on to do his own thing. Was going to be a doctor, if I'm not mistaken.
He is a doctor, so
Dr. Jason Narvi.
Yeah, he went on to help the world, and you got to admire that.
Yes. Hey, lady. I was like, that's Doctor Lady.
Also, I do applaud them for trying to bring it back in Samurai, but it would have been easier just to make some new comedy reliefs.
Yeah,
or hell, make a Ranger comedy relief. It's worked wonders for Coda.
Oh yeah. Next up, and this one's which morphs do you think is better, Operation Overdrive or Jungle Fury? Operation Overdrive wins simply because they weren't sunglasses.
Truth be told, actually, the sunglasses doesn't bother me that much. But, I don't know. Like, alright, take away the sunglasses and just look at the morphing sequence itself. I think Jungle Fury is just what they looked a little better.
It does look way better, because I'll be honest, I did not like the whole... I think Overdrive's morph was a little bit too complicated, because the phone would scan the information and then it had to go down this conveyor belt, and it just looks so convoluted. I'm sorry. At least in Jungle Fury, they had him running towards the camera or flying towards the camera like an animal would, and it was short, sweet, and to the point. That Overdrive, they just dragged it out a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the morphing poses, you look at Operation Overdrive. It's them dragging their morpher across their shoulder. That's it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Bokinger did that too. Only they made it look more awesome.
Yeah, they put a little more flair into it, But you look at Jungle Fury. Yeah, they put the glasses on, but then they do these kata poses that really exemplify the kung fu style that Jungle Fury was going for. Was Jungle Fury a great season? No. It had its problems, but let's be fair here. It tried. You could see there was at least some effort in that series.
It's true. They didn't just put the sunglasses on and then boom, they had to do the correct poses and everything. I do give them credit for trying that, for doing that. Anyway, moving on.
For this next one, I hate to quote JD Tommy, but I got to. You'll see. Do you like the bloopers of most Power Rangers end credits? Has Master Vile really won? You decide!
I always thought those were fun.
They need to bring those back.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I am not a fan of them playing the credits over the final few minutes of the show. I know they got time constraints and they kind of have to do that, but still, it'd be nice if they, when they weren't doing that for time restraints and they got to move to the next episode after that to cut down on time. It'd be nice if they did that when they were, re-airing them on Nicktoons or the day it wasn't premiering, just to break it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like that always bugs me when they don't, because you want to see these guys be human. They're actors on a screen, and sometimes seeing that they have, like, they can act normal helps you bond with them more. Think about this. If we had seen more bloopers with the Megaforce cast, we probably wouldn't have been as harsh on them.
Also, I can think of another reason why they don't do it anymore, because they want to save those for the DVD extras.
Oh, yes. Yes.
They didn't have that in the early 90s, so they had to do something for the credits.
Yeah.
So it worked there, because no one thought of putting this on a freaking video disc. It's like, hey, let's make them pay for these funny-ass bloopers.
Yeah, and also, I'm pretty sure 90% of those, and I'm pretty sure that what we saw is like 10%, and oof.
Yeah.
Like you've heard when I think one time at Morphicon they showed bloopers and said they're so blue. They were blue and well.
There was a lot more
they
beeping going on.
He
Let's
said
put it that
fuck
way.
a lot.
There's a lot more beeping going on. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can understand why they don't show all of the bloopers, but you can't tell me they don't have at least a few they can use every once in a while.
Anyway, that's it for Red Rob, and
Before we get to the next one,
oh yeah,
we get to call somebody out. See, for those of you in the live chat or watching the YouTube video, you might notice the rule number 4 right there. 1 email per episode. Somebody broke that rule.
2 times, matter of fact, he triple dipped.
Yeah.
And at the bottom it says Johnny, something like that.
That's goodbye in Japan.
Goodbye. Mr. Carl McGrath! I hate to do this to you, my friend, but you broke the rules. Hell, I kind of wish we had that one song from Tenacious D. You broke the rules, now we pull out of your pubic hairs.
Body song, yep.
Yeah, motherfucker. But at the very least, you get this. Dave!
And he broke it 2 weeks ago by sending 2 separate questions, folks. If you have multiple questions, write them down. Put them in one email. Send it the day of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save those other questions for next time.
Because here's what happens when you don't do that. Because you triple dipped on us, and even if we were to excuse the third email because you sent it the second week, we might have let that go. But you sent 2 emails at once, so here's your punishment. We don't read any of them.
If you don't like that, sorry about your
Damn luck.
So, after
Also, don't go on Twitter and complain that we didn't read your email, because we're not going to respond.
No.
And Diobot said he tried, and bless you, kid, you tried.
Better luck next time.
He had his reasons for not. He couldn't send it right away because he apparently was getting signed up for college from his parents, and he tried to send it, and then his phone died.
Better luck next time, my friend.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, you know
Let
what?
that happen.
At least he didn't try anyway. At least he didn't try to force it. He's just like, hey, I wish I could. I missed it. Hey, dude, no shame in that. Just
It happens. Also, good hustle, kid. Have some steak.
good try. Have some steak.
Good effort. Good effort.
Actually, he's in college. Good effort. Have some ramen.
Touche.
Yeah,
Or
Robin,
you
make
fit
friends with it.
steak, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
ramen, make friends with it. And I'll be honest, I freaking hate ramen, but I had to subsist on it.
Oh, trust me, we're subsisting on it mostly. Though, tell you what, ramen with a half-boiled egg, oh, delicious. That'll keep you going for a while.
Your word for it.
Trust me, I hate
I
ramen as
took
much as the
this
next guy. But when my
ramen in
wife cooks it that
college.
way, it's delicious. I can put up with it.
My mother has a kick-ass spaghetti sauce. You have no idea. Put ramen to just forget the little packet that goes with it. Just put salt in there instead.
Tell you what, Matty, looking ahead, after Evan Hunter Gale, we've got 2 novels coming up.
Oh boy.
You want the 2 novels?
I'll let you take Evan Hunter Gale because it's nice, short, and sweet, and I'll take the 2 novels to make up for it. That way I can handle those a little better. No offense, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You know how to handle the novels.
Yeah.
That's no offense taken. Also, have you ever tried ramen ramen, but do it like fried rice? Delish. Well, at least
We move on now.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
move on.
Hungry.
Matty, Evan Hunter Gale's all yours.
Here's a question for you, Gar. If Garo is adapted, do you think it should be on HBO or TNT since it's aimed for more towards mostly adults? And should it use original footage with or without the props from the Garo franchise, or with original props from for the adaptation? What are your thoughts on it, Easy and Shades? Hey, what about me there, buddy? Where am I on this?
I don't think Garo should be adapted at all.
No, I don't think it would work. I mean, HBO, I think will probably have a better luck with it, making it work. But only because I just don't see how TNT could market that.
No, Garo is way too violent. Plus, I don't think it should be adapted because you can do that with a kids show or a sci-fi fantasy show, but Garo is straight up horror. Okay, action horror, but straight up. You don't change that for an audience. You could dub it probably, or hell, be a grown man and put up with the goddamn subtitles.
That's also why I think HBO could probably air it like that, because HBO or Showtime actually would probably be better for that.
Actually, you know what? Don't do either of that because cable TV is, I hate to say it, but cable TV is a dying art.
It is.
You gotta Netflix that shit. You gotta put it on Hulu or Netflix, somewhere it's gonna be seen.
Hell,
You know-
did anyone see Matt Pat's latest game theory?
I'm gonna go no on that one.
Because he
Not
just
yet.
It did just came out. It did just come out today. I just watched it before the show. It was in reference to like Let's Players getting attacked in the media. But he pointed out straight out that the ratings for TV in general are dropping rapidly. Even Disney is suffering when it comes to TV ratings. It is a dying trend. TV is dying. There's no other way to look at it. So, I don't think putting it on TV would be a smart idea. It wouldn't work.
And even if it did, who's to say it would do good? I mean,
Probably
because
wouldn't.
shows like that have a hard time getting taken seriously over here. Hell, even hero shows have a tough time finding a market. Hell, look at Constantine. I loved Constantine, but it was on the good show killer NBC, so it was doomed from the start. So just because you show it over here doesn't automatically mean it's going to be a success. Hell, we'd watch it, but we're not a big a demographic.
No.
So I hate to say it, Evan, but bringing Garo over here would be pointless. Unless you're going to make it a DVD release and sell it to, the people who are actually going to pay for it, like Shout Factory's been doing with Super Sentai. So I'm sorry. I don't want Garo brought over here, butchered and adapted. It's not the way it was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure Kaita Amamiya wouldn't want it to be either because that's his baby.
Yeah.
That's his magnum opus, and he wouldn't want it butchered by American audiences.
No, he wouldn't. So we'll just leave it at that.
I'll leave
Sorry.
it at that. I'll say if someone wants to try it, I say HBO. If you want a traditional TV, HBO. Otherwise, Netflix that shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
To be fair, though,
look at House of
Evan-
Cards. That's all I'm gonna say.
to be fair, and Matty, you might agree with me on this. I can see where Evan Gale is going with this because Game of Thrones is huge on HBO.
Also,
In a way, Garo could fit that mold, but again, it's not a sure thing. I mean, sure, it could pull in the Game of Thrones audience if people gravitate towards it, but there's no guarantees.
Oh, you want to, instead of going for TV, You know what online service would be perfect for a thing like Garo? Crunchyroll.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we already know they can do this kind of shit. They have the freaking Ultraman franchise up on there pretty much. So,
Yeah.
And they have some pretty dark, twisted anime and J-dramas on Crunchyroll now. Fuck it. Put it on Crunchyroll. Just subtitle it and leave it alone.
You have a tough time getting episodes because they don't let you download. Hell,
Yeah.
I even check their premium service. They don't let you buy and keep episodes, sadly.
No, but
Yet.
that's the
Hopefully
trade-off.
they will
It's still
someday.
it's a minor trade-off, all things considered.
Yeah. Also, I would love to review those Ultraman series they got on there, but streaming is nice. But can we have some DVD releases of those shows, please?
Yeah, that'd be good. Anywho,
Work out for me. Yeah,
Well,
moving on.
That's it for Ever Hunter Gale. Yeah, that's it for Ever Hunter Gale. And John, fire away.
yeah, we got two big ones here. First up is Solar Star. And first of all, since Nick had the nerve to not show this episode a week ago, I would yell out Alvin, but since he never learned, his foster father should be doing this instead. Dave!
Ah,
Good thing I read
But
this
his
one.
name is Dave. He's
That's
daving
true.
a Dave. It's Daveception.
Dave is daving. Now then, on to the episode. We are first introduced to Prince Philip. I wonder what fans from the UK think about that. At least he's
They'd
from
be
the...
okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sure. At least he's from the country of Xandar and not planet Mercuria.
that is technically true.
Yes,
I
it's it.
see what you did there. I do see what you did there.
He really needs to invest in better security, and I thought Harrison Ford's Secret Service detail was bad.
I get it.
And we finally meet our Gold Ranger, Sir Ivan. Turned out not to be Tyler's dad after all. Guess gold ain't his color. Maybe silver?
Oh, clap, clap, clap.
Yeah. I suppose being from Xandar does justify the word Xandar Thunder. Wherever Ivan went, I'm sure he'll be back soon, especially since it didn't take Uchi long at all to join the team full time.
I'm going to have to make an AC/DC Thunderstruck button, am I?
I
Probably.
think so.
Also, it's Six Ranger Syndrome. They very seldomly join the team right off the bat.
Yeah.
Also, Sendai Master Tiga is not on Crunchyroll, to my knowledge.
No. Oh, I have to double check.
I checked. It's not.
Overall, I'm giving this one 5 Terra Sabers out of 5. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Prince Philip, and won't exactly be a bling of war like Ivan is. A shade of gray probably suits him better.
See?
Yeah, see, I guess you're not the
This
only-
guy gets it.
Yeah, he sees it too. Let's just hope this doesn't involve any BDSM bullshit.
Oh, boy.
Questions. Number 1. How do you like the length of gloves on Sentai Ranger suits? Cut off at the wrist or below the elbow?
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the series, but I think the traditional would be under the elbow, so...
It really, I don't really have a preference for that. I think it just depends on what works for that outfit.
Yeah.
Also, it depends if they have morphers or not, because that's kind of another thing. Like, especially Time Ranger, it works there because the glove is built around the morpher, or the morpher is built into the glove. So there, it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's a design issue more than anything else.
It is. I mean, if they're not sticking out like a sore thumb, they don't bother me.
Yeah.
But if they have a bunch of silly claws on them going up to the shoulder, then I gotta say something.
Speaking of costume parts that we don't like, that's our second question. Actually, are there any parts of a Sentai Ranger suit you don't really like?
Not that I can outright think of. I mean, some take some getting used to. I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh when I saw the Tokyuger helmets because of the rails that wrapped around their heads. But I got used to it. I mean, it's stupid. It looks stupid, but you get used to it. I don't think there's anything I really hate about an outfit. I mean, then again, there's very, very few Sentai that I actually don't like. I mean, hell, even the Go Sagers, which I found a tad dull, I loved their helmet designs because it was very akin to these U Rangers.
Yeah. I mean, there's little ones that I could probably nitpick, like, the Charlie Brown uniforms from Ginga Man / Lost Galaxy.
I know they're supposed to be teeth, but you can't mistake that.
No. Little things like that, but I don't think there's any major costume outfit thing that I've outright hated.
I think the wheels on Go Onger, sometimes they act as actual wheels and they burn up the villain they're fighting. That can get a tad silly, but other than that, not really.
Yeah, but then again, Go Onger was a very silly Sentai, so it works. It's like...
I know, but that's like the Tokyuger shooting trains out their helmets just because they have rails on them.
That's true.
Just pointing out the double standard.
That's true. Again, I'm just thinking logically here, but anywho, that pretty much does it for him, and so we'll move on here. Shadow Chaos is up next.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, Shadow Chaos here. I'm really sucking with getting these emails sent out lately, huh? Well, hey, she made it this time. So anyway, he's got a quick recaps of episodes 9 and 10. Episode 9, poor Coda. That is all. You had that button ready, didn't you?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I had to.
Still waiting on that tag team match, WWE.
Yeah.
No, we're not. No, we're not letting that go. We run jokes into the ground on recaps and riffs, and that's the way we like them.
Yeah. Episode 10. As long as Dino Drive doesn't show up all the time, I'll be fine with it. I'm going to go with my gut and say that Ivan as Xandar is going to be the Gold Ranger, mostly because it will explain the attack name Xandar Thunder. Also, it's too early for Tyler to find his dad.
Well, you're right.
Yeah, well, he follows up here. Episode 11. Do you guys have the cooler clip? Because that works better for Matty and Easy right about now.
Yeah. Yeah, and for those who don't know what he's talking about, well, I hope someone picks up the phone, because I just called it.
Oh, yeah.
We need to make that a button, too, man.
Yeah, we need to make that a button.
Yeah.
If you want my honest opinion, Tyler's dad's going to be either old, violet, or silver. Not going by the Sentai here, just my gut feeling. I more want to know how the Phi's Ivan knew he could morph. Well, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
We've said our piece about that.
Yeah, he just kind of goes off on that little tangent, the same thing I did earlier.
Now, if only the Rangers were listening to our theories like they would with some other podcasts, not talking about any in particular, just in general.
Yeah. Though he does say, because if he's been watching for the last 800 years, then maybe he can help Tyler find his dad.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Something to think about there. On to the questions. Number 1. Do you think that we could see Shout Factory skip around with Sentai series like Viz Media did with Pokemon Adventures?
I hope they don't, but they might. Hell, I'm going to go on record saying right now, Kaku Ranger is probably next after Die Ranger, and I don't know if I'm going to go back and re-edit that one or not. Speaking of which, Z Ranger re-edited will be out this week. Matty got an advanced preview.
Yeah. I got, as Easy said, I got it. You evil man.
Oh, you'll all see. But anyway,
Yeah.
the point
You'll
is,
see.
Kaku Ranger was really the last of the Mighty Morphin used. So if they go past that and actually keep going with scenes, because again, we're going back to the Mighty Morphin craze here. Z Ranger, Mighty Morphin Season 1. Die Ranger, Mighty Morphin Season 2. Even though they didn't use the suits, they used everything else, but it still works. Kaku Ranger, Alien Rangers. So if they're going to go to O Ranger, I will legitimately be shocked because I still think that this is all banking on the Mighty Morphin nostalgia. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we're getting more Toku over here on DVD legally, but I just kind of see it dying out. It's like, well, we've gone as far as we could with this Mighty Morphin nostalgia. Let's hang it up, folks. And that whole pre-ZU thing that they were saying about could probably never happen. They could abandon that. But I don't know if I see them skipping around or not. Again, hell, I'll be amazed if we get past Kaku Ranger.
It really is down to us to prove that it's worth going, for them to keep going. We have to keep buying these DVDs. If we don't,
Sales have to keep going up. We got to go with Die Ranger. We have to show that we love Die Ranger. Hell, look at what Dan's Tokurans did. They were ecstatic they were getting Die Ranger. They loved it. We've got to make our voices be heard. If you got a copy of Die Ranger, hell, if you never made a video in your life, just show people on YouTube or wherever, or Vine or something, show them you've got them, and tweet it to Shout Factory. Get Brian Ward's attention, who also is actually, I gotta give Brian Ward from Shout Factory credit. He's actually, what I understand is he actually wanted the opinions of fan subbers of Die Ranger because he wanted to compare notes. Get that man a cigar.
yeah, that's huge.
Now,
Get
don't
that
quote me on
man up
this.
here.
Yeah, don't quote me on this. I don't know if he's actually done it or not. And I don't know if it was TV Nihan or Hikari Senshi or any of the fan subbers that actually, sub Die Ranger. But the fact that they're willing to go that mile gives me hope that this can prosper.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if we're going to get past Kaku Ranger, but what do you guys think? You think they'll skip if they get that far?
It depends on the season, but you know what though? One season I think they shouldn't skip. If they do decide the skipping thing, do not, for the love of God, skip Car Ranger. There needs an actual legal explanation for what the fuck Turbo was.
You know what? I
Show them
agree.
that- show them that Car Ranger was supposed to be that way. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. Okay, it was a tad dismal toy sales and ratings wise, but it technically did technically save Super Sentai, because after O Ranger, they were about to hang up Super Sentai. No
Yeah.
joke, because O Ranger that show crossed some lines, folks.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If
It was
Car
pretty
Ranger
damn
hadn't
dark.
happened, Sentai we wouldn't be here doing Dino Charge right now.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Damn it, I had something for this. There was
Need a minute, Maddie? Because I've got
I
something
need a
to say.
minute. Give me a minute.
Okay,
I have
anyway.
escaped.
Yeah, anyway, I'll be amazed if O Ranger gets a DVD release, because that show is dark. And if you've heard this podcast before, you've heard me go on this tangent that O Ranger really went down a dark route, and a real-life terrorist attack happened in real life, so they had to scramble to make it lighter in light of recent events, and it kind of hurt the show. So, real-life things, which are tragic, don't get me wrong, I'm not pointing the blame here or anything, but kind of things like that, and the powers that be didn't know how to handle it, and it kind of all tumbled down for Sentai, and it was about to die. So, O Ranger is definitely a mixed bag, but there are some dark things. I mean, hell, it's just, speaking of O Ranger, by the way,
I just remembered what I was about to say. Millionfold Curiosity.
yes, they finished the whole series.
That's it.
So look up Millionfold Curiosity, go to their sites, check out the series if you haven't already, and you'll see what we mean. But other than that,
we're not kidding.
yeah. But other than that, we'll see. We'll see what the future has. Again, if they get past Kaku Ranger and keep releasing them, maybe they'll skip some. But Shout, if you skip Time Ranger, there will be hell to pay.
Oh.
You dare skip Time Ranger.
Ooh, yeah. Skip Time
Actually-
Ranger and Easy Will Riot.
I know it had abysmal toy sales, but the story was so good, and the suits and the mechs and everything about it was great. Anyway, the point is though, damn, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, technically they have skipped seasons already. They skipped ahead to the 16th series in Super Sentai, which was U-Ranger.
Well, I think they had a good reason for that, so I think
Or
we can give them
15th. I forget. Anyway, the point is they already kind of have skipped. What they need to do is go back and give us some pre-ZU seasons. I'm still holding out hope for Live Man and Jetaman.
Yeah, I think
And
that's what they're
maybe
going to do.
Flashman.
Is they're going to, like, once they get past Kaku Ranger, they're probably going to jump back a little bit. And, once they firm that the pre-ZU stuff is popular, that's when they're going to really start hitting it full steam ahead. Because now they're like, okay, even though nobody's heard of this series, it's still selling. That's going to be the kicker.
Exactly. It's kind of the same thing with anime. If there's a market for it, they'll bring more over here, and we'll all be happy because they'll be making money, and we'll be watching these awesome shows.
Yeah.
It's supply and demand in its core concept. And yes, Super Sentai Hero, the Tokyo subway incident was the one I was referring to. That's what made them nerf O-Ranger and make them lighten the tone a little bit.
Yeah.
And, well, spoiler alert, it backfired.
Yeah. Honestly, and what worries me more is not so much that if Shout Factory is going to is going to be paying attention. It's more about what Toei is going to do. Because here's the thing: if Toei sees this as popular enough, they may actually jack the price up on Shout Factory.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. Look at Netflix. Look at Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. But the point is, Toei knows about us.
Oh yeah, Toei knows we exist now, without a doubt. They know we exist.
Hell, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't one of their commercials use fan subs? Didn't Bandai use a commercial?
Bandai of America actually used the TV Nihon fan sub.
Okay. Bandai of America, but the point remains that had to have gotten back to the Japanese offices.
Yeah. So, and I think thinking about it now, I would not be surprised if that's where this started. Think about it. At this point, the fact that Bandai was using TV Nihon subs, they're like, these are actually popular? People in America are watching this? I wonder if we could make something out of this.
Money, 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 money!
Yeah.
I think we've talked enough about this theory.
And with that, this also applies to what Shadow Chaos' second question was involving the Legacy toy line. Pretty much the same principle there. Like, he was asking when do you think BOA will call it quits with the Legacy line?
Probably once they've run out of Mighty Morphin things to milk. I'm still holding on to hope that we get some Zeo stuff and move on from there. But again, it's that Mighty Morphin nostalgia that keeps us down.
Yeah.
Same thing with the figure arts.
Let's not even get into that. He's at least giving him the benefit of the doubt and thinking it'll hold out till in space, but that's a stretch.
I am too, buddy.
He does go on here. Well, that's all for this week. Hopefully we don't start getting every 2 weeks with episodes at this point, though I wouldn't mind that for next year. Would make more sense than showing 8 episodes, breaking for 3 months, and then coming back like nothing ever happened. Sorry, even with a good series, I'd rather they not have the delay so they don't have an option to skip any Sentai, as I think Tokyuger could. Think Tokyuger could make for quite the Lightspeed Rescue-esque series. Sorry about that, Minnie ran over. And he also says, can I ask for tips on making a countdown? I have one planned, and I know that some of you have some history making them. Honestly, figure out what your kit list is, and then just figure out, explain why those are your picks, and just be concise. It's like making any other video.
Yeah, and make sure to remind them that this is just your opinion. Or hell, if you have a good set of friends, take a survey.
Yeah.
Hell, I do that on Twitter sometime. I ask my fans, okay, what would you like to see in a future top 10? Hell, I'm still actually kicking around this idea. I haven't abandoned it, for those wondering. I'm still trying to put together a top 10 or top 20 list of best Red Ranger duels in Super Sentai. Now, there's a lot to go over and a lot of shows I haven't seen, and a lot of them aren't even sub, but they have some good fights. So I may or may not let the fans decide. But again, I'm going to you guys for recommendations.
There you go. So that's pretty much the way you start out. We can't give you any specific advice because honestly, it's different for every person.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you end up moving some things around, though, because you think this will go here, but it'll actually go here. You'll keep finding things that'll knock down other things to the list. That's always going to happen. That's the best idea I can give you.
Hell, even today, I look back at my old lists that I've made, and I sometimes wish I could have moved things around now because, our top 15 Power Rangers themes, I kind of want to move Operation Overdrive back to the end of the list.
Same here.
So, yeah, rest assured, that will happen. Just, nothing is ever locked in stone.
And don't be afraid to give some honorable mentions. That doesn't hurt at all. If they don't make the top 10, don't be afraid to give some honorable mentions.
There you go. Take that and run with it. Anyway, that does it for Shadow Chaos. Matty, you get LPH, though I would say skip probably the first sentence or two. Matty?
Pretty much.
Yeah, skip the first sentence and we'll start from the...
So let's talk about this new episode. I like it. We got We got a new Power Ranger, and you're thinking it's if you think it was if he was going to be the Gold Ranger, well,
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I missed that.
It's some night. Too bad it's not Robo Night.
Where is Robo Knight?
Yeah, where is Robo Knight?
Where's Robo Knight? Where's Robo Knight? Where's Red Brown? Where's Red? Okay, we
Where's Frank Stallone?
Where's Frank Stallone? Where's Frank Stallone?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's not Lobo Fuerte either. And don't think we haven't thought of making that joke on the Recap Facebook page, facebook.com/Ranger Recap, for those who haven't liked us yet. We're almost to 100 likes, folks. Get us there.
Please. Let's see. Just a note. The 26 is no Power Ranger. Do get out and play.
Oh, by the National Day of Play.
It's that day of play crap. Ah, son of a whore.
Yeah, I think I agree with LPH on this one. Fuck you, Nick. Yeah, for those of you who either don't live in the States or don't watch Nickelodeon much, I know about this because, quite frankly, my daughter used to watch Nick Jr. all the fucking time. It's Nickelodeon every year has this national worldwide day of play. What they do is they literally stop all programming for the entire day and just have like this splash screen up all day long.
Go outside and play, kids. Don't pick up that remote and switch over to Cartoon Network. Which is then what they all do.
Yeah.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Thank you.
Really didn't think that through, did they? You think they'd learn after a few years.
Okay, well, it's not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
So we got one more episode for the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that button again.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
That's you, Nickelodeon.
Looks like we'll be bringing back Trivial Pursuit faster than you think.
Yeah, I think so. I may have to get another shot at it. Anyway, he does have one question.
Yep. Bataride War is coming out next year, so we will have Super Sentai games. So will we have Super Sentai games for any console? That's it. See you guys later. Love to.
They tried that, and Shades and I can attest to this because Shades played one. He live streamed it, and it sucked.
It was not that good. Super Sentai Battle Ranger Cross for the Wii. I played that on a live stream years ago. Oh, it was boring. I'll be completely honest. There wasn't much. There was very little to unlock. There was very little. They only had a few Ranger teams to play as, and all of them played almost exactly the same. There was very little difference between them.
Also, how could you do a Super Sentai game like Bataride War? Everyone keeps saying they should do a Super Sentai version of Bataride War. Let me break it down for you. Bataride War is basically Dynasty Warriors only with Kamen Riders. And Gundam is Dynasty Warriors Gundam only with, Gundams. The problem there is that these are singularities. Or these are singular machines piloted by people. Okay, but Sentai is 5 or 6 people. How can you do that with a hack and slash game? You would literally have to have 200 plus playable characters in the game. And if you're a programmer, you know that is impossible.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're going to do... Well, there is one way to do it. It just wouldn't be a Bataride War. It would not be a Bataride War. If you want to do a Super Sentai game that would work, honestly, I think the better option would be to go the turn-based strategy route, like a Super Robot Wars type game.
Yeah, you'd have to make it an RPG. And then Then you'd have to also put in the giant mech battles, the weapons, the formations, it's just, and the villains too. You'd have to put over 40 years worth of villains in this game. So
Yeah,
you're basically trying to squeeze 10 pounds of mud into a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, that's where I think the turn-based strategy works better. Everything's a lot more simple. You just have to have these basic animations. I mean, you could flash them up and make them pretty, but that's how you'd have to do it. You wouldn't be able to do this with a Battle Ride War type game. But
if games like Chroma Squad have taught us anything, it's not impossible. It just wouldn't be what you think it would be.
Basically, if you wanted to do a real Super Sentai game, think Chroma Squad on the PS4 with shiny graphics and a lot like animations. If you've ever played the Super Robot Wars games, that's what they do. You have this very basic map with little like icons for your characters, and then when you meet up with an opponent and battle them, you choose an attack from a list, and then it does this animation where it shows one person attacking the other. And the animation is where all the action actually is. That's the part you have all the flash and explosiveness. That, I think, would work better.
I guess in a way you could do that, only you'd have to set 4 other members to auto battle or auto something, and what you'd basically do is you'd be switching to different characters.
No.
I'm trying to remember.
That's
I'm trying to remember.
With this game, you wouldn't have to do that. Because you could play all of the characters.
I'm just saying if they did try a Battle Ride War, aka Dynasty Warriors in a way,
Oh, okay.
I guess it could work, but you'd have to keep, switching back to characters. And I'm trying to remember the game where you switch into different bodies and take over while the other one waits or does something automatically. I'm trying to remember that. I'm trying to remember which one it was, and it escapes me at the moment. But there is one game where you can switch around, switch to different people, like you... Damn, it's killing me right now. I can't think of it, but if you did that, it could work. But you would have to severely limit how many characters would actually go in the game. You couldn't fit 40 years worth in there. You'd have to have a cutoff point.
Yeah, it'd be difficult to say the least. Let's leave it at that.
It would.
Anywho, I believe that does it for LP. We finished up with LPH. I'm on to Zeltrax now.
Yep.
Starts off, wow, Trivial Pursuit was awesome. I finally found the Loyal Subjects MMPR vinyls, and I get Gold R on my first try, so what could make it better? Watching the preempted episode 11 of Dino Charge because of Labor Day again. Again, buys you Nickelodeon. Moving on.
And once again...
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I might as well call this the Nickelodeon button now.
Yeah, right.
Get some mileage out of that.
No kidding. And he goes, oh, wait a tick. Did Sled just paraphrase Ivan Ooze from the original MMPR movie? He did kind of did that, didn't he?
Hey,
A little bit.
it's a good line.
Yeah, don't know whether to shout, brilliant, or say, what the flies? Wow, that little prince is the living equivalent of a spoiled brat. Could it have hurt him to say, please get me some water, or at least say it in a non-demanding tone? Sure, it doesn't make Prince Philip III's entrance all that heartwarming, and I was right from my last email. The Xandarians are pissed about the stunt the Rangers pulled last time. To be honest, I don't blame them at all. Though for Philip, I will quote Matty's meme from last week. Oh, Matty, do you have the 1-800 button?
Oh, fuck, which one are we talking
The
about?
tech support button?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. There we go.
Well, sir, if you're having a problem with our customer support, you can call 1-800-EAT-IT.
We don't even have those.
Yeah, anyway. Oh, right on cue, a Fury Ambush, aka the plot convenience fairy to help out the Rangers.
Hey!
Oh, okay, when Philip says, well, I suppose I deserve that, I get reminded immediately of every time when Captain Jack Sparrow gets slapped in the face.
I get it.
Another reason I love Yoshi Sudarso in this episode. He's doing all these flips and attacks without a stunt double. Hashtag Yoshi Army.
He is
Hashtag
that damn
good. And to quote Mafu, so Belly to Belly is over in 2015. Power Rangers is funny.
Also, time for my favorite drinking game in this episode. Take a shot whenever the furry boa on Furry's neck vanishes from scene to scene. As if the producers don't know what to do with it.
There.
As if the producers didn't know what to do with it.
I see what you did there.
Ivan finally pops out of Fury. Phrasing.
Oh.
Wow, never thought I'd have to use that. The fight shows that the Energems can practically run their weapons without having to use the Dino Chargers, but it can also show that Ivan doesn't have any Chargers yet, so he uses the Gold Energem directly to get control of his Zord back. And something we pointed out, also, God, Gold's suit color looks hideous, at least in the American footage, i.e. in the Sentai footage it looks fine. Yeah, I don't get it either.
It's, as Matty put it a long time ago in Super Mario Force, it's oxidization.
Yeah.
It fades out.
It helps. Philip gets his slice of humble pie and befriends the Rangers along with giving Ivan possession of the Gold Energem as Philip departs for back home, and Ivan gets some freedom of his own.
It got the whole fucking pie.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, that's about it for me. Couldn't find anything to nitpick this time, aside from Gold's suit color, but that's negligible. Something tells me when we get to Graphite, the suit color changes are going to get worse. Koda's acting was great, not bringing up that picture Morphin Legacy made. Tyler's acting was flat out awesome, still expressing concern and sadness that it was Ivan trapped inside of Fury, not his dad. I think that's what he was going for here.
Yeah.
Methinks that when we get around to Silver, they might do something. Like Tyler's dad was mutated by Sledge into Torrens form, thus using the form's DNA to make the evil clone, and Tyler helps his pappy transform into Dino Charge Silver to kick some ass. Yeah, whew. Zeltrex, wind it down a little bit, man. Whoosh. And that problem continues with your Matty's next one. You got. Tell you what, you want to trade again?
Is there a shorter one after this?
There is one. There's Supernova, which is decent.
All right, I'll take Supernova then.
All right, and we'll find another short one along the way. Silver Max is up next. Someone better. Oh, easy. Here's yours. Someone better answer the phone, cause I Physing killed it.
Nice.
Hello, boys. Another Ranger recap time once again, and we have not one but 2 episodes shown in the U.S. Yeah. Silver Max's heads up for you. We're not reading the other half, so give that to us again next time.
Yeah.
We'll read the rest of the email, but we're skipping the part about episode 12.
Copy paste if you have to.
Yeah. And if you're reviewing both episodes, great. If not, well then you can save the second half of this for later. Yeah, you'll have to resend it, but hey, at least you realize that. So on to episode 11. We start off with Prince Philip taking the Energem and other stuff from Xandar away from the museum. Honestly, when I first saw this guy, I thought he was a complete douchebag, the usual prissy rich character I've seen 1,000 times over, but when Koda saved his life, and he seems to be a nice guy now. Honestly, I might not feel so bad with him being the Graphite Ranger, if what rumors are to be believed. Ivan was released from Fury! I was right! I was so right! Yeah, I can't tell he's excited, huh? Anyways, we get to see a great fight scene with him showing off his Gold Ranger powers, which is kind of strange since he instantly knew what to do with them, compared to when Tyler and Shelley first used their Dino Ranger powers. Yeah, we already talked about that, moving on. Regardless, it was pretty cool to see this episode, and it showed quite a bit of Koda and Philip's personality. Didn't do much for Ivan, though. Also, don't worry, Matty, I'm sure Tyler's dad might also be locked inside of Fury. It's entirely possible, unless there's a limit on how many people he can have inside. Inside Fury's Soul Man jail.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Bow, bow, now, bow.
And Lady K just woke up and she's wondering what the hell's going on. She's also not feeling good either. That's not helping things.
Aww.
Yeah. Question time. Number 1, from the pictures that we've seen so far, what are your thoughts on Kamen Rider Ghost? We actually talked about this on on Tokurus on Sunday.
You missed it.
Yeah.
For my opinions, I'm like, okay, so they made Deadpool a Kamen Rider. Otherwise, I'm waiting for the first episode, honestly.
Yeah.
To pass judgment.
I've already spoken my piece about it on my weekly show, What's Happening in the World of Tokusatsu. So if you haven't seen it there, then I'm not going to repeat it here. All I can say is, what were they smoking? Actually, this was so weird, it actually made a person stop watching Kamen Rider, or just give up on Kamen Rider. A friend of ours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he literally said he was done with Kamen Rider, so that may not bode well.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Then again, we had the same feelings about Gaim when it was first being shown off, so I'm kind of reserving judgment until I actually see where this is going.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll end by saying his transformation gimmick is... It's something that shouldn't be sentient, but it is. It's round, it's heavy, and it fits in the palm of your hand. So, what'd you guys get? I got a wizard ring. I got a lock seed. I got a shift car.
I got a rock.
So, yeah, anyway.
Let's hope Ghost isn't the Charlie Brown of Kamen Riders.
Ooh, we don't need that. Number 2. I once had ideas of there possibly being an anime based on the Super Sentai Dice-O games. How do you think that would go? Honestly, I'm gonna take this one because
Go ahead.
My feeling on this is that it's been done plenty of times. Hell, Yu-Gi-Oh! Even tried that shit. Like, they tried to do an episode about their Dungeon Dice Monsters game. Take a guess how well that went.
The way I would put it is, even Yu-Gi-Oh! Tried it. Guess how? Actually, one, it blewed. Also,
They fucked that up too!
Thank you. I played Dungeon Dice. I actually played the Dungeon Dice Monsters video game for the GBA, I believe it was.
Yep.
Wasn't that good?
We're not saying it can't work. We're just saying I for one have a tough time seeing how it would play out.
The thing that worries me is that really, in order to make that work, they would have to play a lot of the same tropes that other games, other game-based shows like it have already done. How would it stand out? I mean, hell, there is a Kamen Rider Ganbaride video game out there for the Ganbaride card game. For those who don't know, they did it. It has its own story. It has nothing to it has no connections to actual Kamen Rider storylines. It's its own thing. And again, it's just kind of basic. It's about a kid who can summon Ganbaride versions of Kamen Riders using essentially a modified Deca driver, because that's how you it was like how you use the Ganbaride cards. And other than that, it was your basic villain storyline. So, I don't see it working out. Anyway. Let's see. 3. Favorite Power Rangers villain?
Rancic. Actually, it's tied between Rancic and Astronema.
Oh, yeah.
That's my answer, Astronema, right there.
Yeah, like, he's asking for individual answers on these, but we all pretty much are on the same boat. Like, it's, the top 3... in no particular order are Rancic, Astronema, and Zed.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Or Rita and Zed.
Well, the team of Rita and Zed. Ironically, all original Power Rangers villains.
Yep.
Except for Rita, who was...
Rita's kind of
iffy. She had her own storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of took her and ran with her, really. It wasn't Witch Bandora, but, like, the 3 villains that we love the most were all ones that were made originally, like, for Power Rangers, not from the Sentai. I mean, a lot of the Sentai that use the Sentai villains and, like, recreate them don't work as well. Hell,
And I'll go on a limb here and say that, at least for Rancic and Astronema, they're better villains than their Sentai counterparts. Or the villains in Super Sentai, I should say. They don't have counterparts, but I'm saying the villains in Super Sentais, of which they're adapted from, they're better villains than them.
Yeah. There's, very few, here's a good comparison for villains that weren't as good as those 3, but make the good comparison. Mega Force and Super Mega Force and RPM. Let's, look at Megaforce Super first. We have, Vrak and Vakar, who were basically Barajira and Wazgiru. They were pretty much note for note those villains, essentially. The only difference is that Vrak was not a fallen angel and had their powers. They took that part of it. Otherwise, he acted and looked and pretty much was Barajira.
Actually, he did some different things. Actually, that's what I brought up in my Ghost Age review. What he should have done in the Sentai is he should have worked for all three villain factions and worked around in secret to do his own, to make his own evil plans come to fruition and bring them down from within, which is kind of what he did in Super Mega Force, not Ghost Ager.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's other than that. Like, there were some minor changes, but that's it. But, the car, that was Wazgiru, note for note.
Yeah, nothing changed.
And honestly, aside from us calling him Space Nature Boy, that was the only good thing. That was the only thing. He was fun to make fun of, but he was a terrible villain. More so, he was worse than Wazgiru.
I'm going to be honest with you, Wazgiru didn't do shit in Gokaiger either. He was just as useless.
Yeah, that's true. And
people say Gokaiger is perfect, but he's one glaring problem with that show.
Yes, I'll agree to that. That's the one thing I have to knock
Once
it down.
you take the nostalgia goggles off, yeah, he's kind of terrible.
Yeah, but then again, that wasn't really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, so I don't tend to hold that against them. But because they recreated that, they brought that problem with it. Instead of creating an original villain that could have really helped exemplify the history of Power Rangers, they just recreated Wazgiru. Thus, all the problems that Wazgiru had, Prince Vakar had. But then we look over at RPM with Vengeance. Yes, at the end, he ended up using the same body as that one villain from Go Onja, which I don't remember his name, and quite frankly, it's hard to pronounce anyway.
I remember Yogo Stein, who was the first one, not it was Crunch, who was Yogo Stein, but that was his father.
Yeah.
But that was Vengeance's body.
Yeah. So they had that, but Vengeance was still his own villain. It was a completely different story, very different, obviously. Now, Vengeance wasn't, when you really look at the series, Vengeance wasn't a very good villain either. He made a lot of dumb mistakes. But I think that, I chalk that up more to complacency. He got complacent because pretty much there was only one city left. He's like, I'm gonna be able to, this'll be no problem. Then he realized there's a problem.
So much for the smartest, so much for the ultimate artificial intelligence.
Yep. So there's that. But at the end of the day, he was a lot more of an interesting villain. He destroyed the world. How much more interesting can he get? So that to me is what the difference is. I think the original villains, they have to put more effort in, and therefore you get better villains as a result. If you just copy and paste the Sentai, well, it tends to stand out. Anywho, that's it for Silver Maxis. Matty, you get Supernova.
Hey guys, Supernova RX here. Here for Dino Charge 11, and man, was it fantastical!
Really? Really?
Really?
You had to
I'm
tune
never
in
gonna
to-
stop daving you.
Okay, that was the wrong button there, but yeah.
It works.
It'll work. It'll work.
Moving on.
That one's for Linkara. That's all I'm going to say. So, does anyone else think the title for episode 10 should be more fit for Gold and Graphite episode?
So 10. I guess so.
Maybe, I don't know. And is that Benedict Cumberbatch?
You know what? That works. Yeah, that
He looks like him.
Yeah.
Looks like a younger, douchier.
He looks like a Renaissance version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another joke I tried to make there, but
See, that's why I tried to call this. That's why I tried to call him, you know, discount Hugh Grant, and of course William Regal.
Of course. It's one of those. Damn it! I had something for this. It'll come back to me. So does anyone else think the title? Nope, just Prince Philip, and we finally get the 6th Ranger, and he's golden, baby. Sure put a shock on these monster systems, and I bet he will be addicted to ice cream. But yeah, good episode, 4 out of 5. Now questions. 1, how would you guys do an RVT video game?
Oh god.
Oh God.
Badly.
It would be full of botches.
It would be, but yeah. Honestly, like if we were to actually do an RVT video game, though, I think we'd have to go the easy route. We'd have to do an RPG.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else we could do with that. Someone break out the RPG maker.
Yeah.
That or just do like an Angry Video Game Nerd Adventure, just make it Mega Man like, where it's basically a side scroller and we go around blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Things that piss us off, like I don't know.
The final boss, Kevin Dunn.
Ha!
No, we'd have to make an original villain, but he'd be like, the generals would be like Kevin Dunn, Jonathan Zacher, things like that. Michi.
Decade. Of course, they'd have to be fixed versions. Decade.
Yeah, they
Bitchy.
bitchy, shit like that. That's how we do it, or at least that's how we'd like. Hey, and if any of you guys, if you know anybody who knows RPG Maker, please, I'd love to see it happen. Get them in contact with me. I would love to make that happen.
And of course, we'd have our own little power-ups. Like Shades would have sunglasses. I'd have morphers. Maddie would, I guess, would have wrestling titles.
Yeah, that'd be our equipment and
belts.
Yeah, different equipment.
T-Dub with a T-Dub. Yeah, I would have my world belt. T-Dub would have his World Television Championship of the World belt.
And of course, we'd have to have our own little weapons. Basically, I'd have my little. Well, you'd have to change it, but my quantum defender. Shades could use his eye beams. I don't know what Maddie could use.
I wanna be a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
and I wouldn't just have the I-beams. I have my Zukune, I have my, my Prism Picker.
Well, we'd have to change these to.
Oh, of course. But we can make them look similar. If we have images, we can make them look similar enough that you can tell what it's supposed to be.
And once you fill up our power bar, once you fill up the power bar, until it's blinking red, then we can all use the Dave hand to clear the screen of villains. That'd be like the thermal detonator.
I think we'd each have our own limit breaks, and I don't think it'd be we'd have stuff like that.
I think Maddie should have Dave. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's his thing.
My limit break: package pile drive the screen.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
To Kevin Steen. Anyway,
I think I would turn into Easy Buster and just blast everything on screen with a bunch of bombs.
And given my story, given the story I had, I'd summon Sun Garasu to just cause chaos and destroy everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, second, do you think the U.S. should do anniversary specials like Japan?
I'm
assuming you're talking Power Rangers, but honestly, I don't think
they tried
could
that, and it was just a glorified clip show. So no.
Yeah, I don't think they could pull it off. I don't think they could, because here's the thing. Unlike Japan, where Sentai and Kamen Rider are, like, quintessential aspects of Japanese television culture, Power Rangers is not that big here in America. So, Saban's not going to put that much money into something like that. I mean, the fact that we're even getting a movie at all is, quite frankly, a miracle.
That, and it's gone through so many different people over the years. Saban, Disney, Saban again. And they've changed recording places. It's not always been in LA. Now it's in New Zealand. And again, the problem with Super Megaforce, you'd have to fly actors over to do bit roles and then fly them back. And it's just, I think it's just too much of a hassle for them. So until they can move back to the States at least, so they can get at more actors, I think maybe then. But even then, you're still asking for the impossible.
Yeah, I hate to say it, it's never going to happen. And if it does, I'll be shocked.
Hell, look at the mess Super Megaforce made of the Power Rangers universe. I mean, do you really want them to try and fix that?
Yeah.
All I can say, if someone does, good luck, asshole. You're gonna need it. Let's see, where was I? And last, do you like Gold Rangers more or Silver Rangers? And yes, the Gold Fisherman, the Genocidal Silver, and Mystic Lightning Knight count.
I think honestly, I don't see what the difference is. Like,
what's the difference?
Yeah.
Hell, Go Onger had both gold and silver.
Yeah.
So did Go Busters. So what's the point?
Yeah, trying to compare the two, that's not even apples to oranges. That's like, red apples to green apples. There's not that much of a difference.
Besides, most of them are always 6 Rangers, so it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time if the episode is on time this time. Well, the next one should, but
this one came early. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, and we got this one early too, so we got it. We're good.
Yeah.
And next up is the Dragoon, I believe.
Dragoon. I'll take this one then.
Yep.
I fucking love the Gold Ranger already. Hey guys, Dragoon here. Gonna give you my
And
thoughts.
Mikey, I think he likes it.
Yeah, right? Gonna give you guys my thoughts on the latest Dino Charge episode. First of all, we get introduced to this new Prince character, and based on the certain spoilers, we know who he's going to be, but I'm gonna say my thoughts on that when the actual episode comes. And we thank you for that. Other than that, the team fight off Fury, and then kaboom! The Gold Ranger is released, and I got to say the effect where he's escaping through his body was pretty neat. Also, Tyler sees that the person is not his father, but instead Sir Ivan, the Gold Ranger. And as soon as he starts talking during battle, which I know we're all sick of, but I liked it, mostly because of how he talked. All this ancient knight talk just made him think, I love this guy already. And judging on how he's a knight, DLBot already loves him.
Yeah. Also, yeah. That's why we said that's going to take a little getting used to. We're not saying we hate it. We fear
It's
change.
different. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's hard to transition from a samurai to a knight. They're not exactly the same thing. Well, they are, but they're cultural differences.
Yeah. Anyway, a good episode, then I loved it. Anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine about the whole musical Sentai thing, and the ideas we come up with were actually pretty sweet. I won't go on for too long because I know you guys have more stuff to do, so I'll keep it as brief as possible. Since it is pretty short, so I'll go ahead and let them have this. First of all, each Ranger we came up with are based on different forms of rock and metal. We have a Red Ranger being based on power metal, a Blue Ranger based on a glam rock hair metal, like Bon Jovi, a Black Ranger based on death metal, a Pink Ranger based on punk rock, and a Yellow Ranger based on pop rock. And, oh, I like this. Our Sixth Ranger is a White Ranger and is based on the King of Rock himself, Elvis Presley. Oh.
Nice.
By the way, your impression better than Ryback's. Just saying.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And we also have an extra ranger who will be like the Deca Master of the team based on jazz and blues, and he will also be the mentor of the team. I'll end it here since I don't want to go on too long, but if you want to hear more, just let me know in the podcast.
Well, if our fans want to know, our fans probably do. So if you want to plug this and you've got this posted somewhere, then we're gonna give you the floor next time.
Yeah.
Or this time. Does he have a link?
Well, he can't post it in this YouTube chat, so he wouldn't even if he was here.
I mean, in the email.
No link. No link to anything. So tell you what.
Next time.
Tell you what. Dragoon. Post. put all this together, get a proposal or put something together, and don't email it to us specifically, but hell, post it on our Facebook group. Post it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll plug it.
Yeah. If you post, you can post on our Facebook page, even though you can't, it won't show up as from us. You post on there, we'll see it, and then we can promote it from there. Anywho, that's it for Dragoon. Natty, I believe you have Keith.
Keith is next. Hey guys, I know this email is late and might not. God damn it! Stupid tablet. I'm in the fail button already for that. Thought I fixed the whole thing about not deleting shit when I just want to read it. Ass clown. Anyway. Let's see. Sorry, it's not late, by the way.
No.
And it made it. Don't worry about it. But this episode really has me mixed, so bear with me and as I make certain statements. To me, this episode was doing great until Judd decided to make the Gold Ranger appearance be the Sentai plot 2/3 of the way through. Seriously, Judd? I thought we were past the Sentai adaptation when he took over. I'll let you off the hook this time, but please stick to adapting the Sentai to original stories because this franchise desperately needs original stories and ideas again.
Okay,
As
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah.
Note for note, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's similar, yes.
It took some creative liberties. We're not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
For example, in the Sentai, he was a samurai, and in the thing, he's a freaking knight, 800 years old.
Okay.
It's still core concept.
The core concept. I can see where he's getting at, but here's the thing. Here's a couple other things. One, here it's just a case of he just got captured by Fury protecting the prince, whereas Uchi, he was pretty much the last of his kind. Like
that and Do Gold relied on Uchi to live.
Yeah, whereas here he was just using him to power up the Terror Zord. And also, of course, there's the fact that he wasn't like wearing Fury like an armor.
Yeah.
Now, as far as where this goes from here, we'll see, but I wouldn't call it note for note. I would say it's similar, and that to me is just as good, is fine. If you know, because hell, Time Force did the same thing. It's similar to the Sentai, but it took its own liberties here and there to make it its own thing. That I can live with. It's when you
plus Sir Ivan is from a different country, and I like Uchi a different time, but he's from a different country. They're not in the same place. Uchi was in the same place. That's another key difference. Plus, he has a connection with someone in this time. Uchi had nobody.
Yeah.
He was literally on his own, but Ivan has Prince Philip.
So that's going to create some different character dynamics that's going to make him stand out from Uchi. So rest assured, it's not as one note for note as you think. Anyway, Matty, continue.
I will continue, and but by the way, on that, I'm going to say this.
Everybody needs a pooper, that's why they invited you. Party pooper, party pooper.
As for the Gold Ranger himself, so far I like him, and his accent is better than your last Gold Ranger from Samurai, who personally to me sounded like a Taiwanese Tommy Wiseau gargling syrup half the time.
Wow.
Oof.
Tell us how you really feel there.
I was going to say.
Also, Saban, what is it with you casting other races to play other? Well, it doesn't actually work there, but you get the point.
I believe what you're trying to say is, what's up with that?
Well, yeah, basically, but we all know Steven Skyler wasn't really Latino, but they were trying to get him to play one. I forget what his actual where he actually hailed from.
Mm.
Yeah, I forget what his nationality was. I forget. But the point is, it's anyone else noticing a trend here? It's especially with Gold Rangers. Same here. You got a Hispanic trying to be British. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just that one mother of coincidence, but it's just something that's nagging me.
Yeah. Overall, this episode was good, but could have been better. Overall, question for all: are you aware that former Rita Repulsa actress Barbara Goodson did voice work for a Star Wars cartoon?
Dude, what didn't that lady do voice work for?
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, that's not a big shock, honestly. Yeah, I know Barbara's did a lot of voice work for a lot of shows.
So was Robert Axelrod.
Oh yeah. Digimon, anybody? I've heard him in Digimon. He's Wizardmon for anyone who doesn't know. Oh, tragic character too. Won't spoil that one, but
We need to get them to Ranger Stop one year. 'Cause they go to Morphicon a lot, but it'd be nice to get them to come to Ranger Stop.
yeah. I you know what? For once, I'd like to be the one to sit down with Robert Axelrod because I could talk with him in more than just freaking Power Rangers.
Yep.
Anywho.
All right. Next up is the Shades with Ranger fan Nathan, I believe.
Yes, sir. Hey, recappers. So finally, we get back to new episodes again. Okay, Nick and Saban, can we keep it like this? No more worldwide day of play and Alvin and the Chipmunks marathons. Amen to that.
Well, you say that.
So for the episode, Prince Philip is going to be a ranger. Ha! That dude is a giant dick, but I say he will be a little bit at the end. What is it? Wait, huh? I think you got your words. Moving on. Overall,
I jumped the gun there, Nathan.
Yeah, we'll see. Overall, this episode was excellent. The Unmore fight scenes were great with very little dialogue, which is always a positive. Hubcap shield was awesome. Would have been 10 times better if Coda had a shovel, too. He knows what's up. Alright, time for the big reveal, and Tyler, it is not your father.
Thank you, Maury Povich.
Yeah, glad you see what I did there. And hold up, you're telling me Fury isn't a sentient armor who needs a host body? Who knew?
See, there's some bits of originality here.
Yeah, see, that's what we were getting at earlier. Alright, I'm ready for Ivan's fight. Got Koryu Gold, Aiza playing in my head, and it's ruined because he talks the whole damn time he's fighting.
As we said, that voice is going to take some getting used to, but we don't hate it.
No.
We'll make that crystal clear.
Alright.
Someone thought I did, and they took it the wrong way.
Yeah. Overall, great episode, great lead up to the Gold Ranger. Oh, and look at that! Power Rangers can keep the Xandar Thunder words from Kyoryuger because Ivan is from Xandar, and it doesn't look out of place. Yeah.
See what they did there?
Yeah, hey, Zacher, see? Pay attention! That's how you do it! That's how you get away with using Sentai footage.
Yeah. If Zacher was writing this, Keeper would have probably just handed him all these powers. And they wouldn't even bother with the whole Xandar thing.
Nope. I give this episode 4.5 out of 5. Would have been perfect if Ivan didn't talk the whole time during the fight.
Hey, he's been trapped in a lion creature for 800 years. He's gonna be understandably talkative now that he can talk.
Oh, question time, and his first one's a doozy.
Oh, this.
Red alert! The recappers have been captured by Shadow Moon. Every single rider from Showa to Heisei and the American riders are fighting his henchmen to rescue them. 2 riders.
The American riders?
Oh yeah, you can see where this is going.
Oh my gosh.
2 riders have made it through to rescue them. Masked Rider and Forze. Which rider would you rather have rescue you, and why? Suicide by Shadow Moon is not an option. You must choose a rider.
Forze.
I'd rather put up with Forze.
Question though. Is Furbus with Masked Rider?
Does it say?
Damn it.
I'm gonna go with if it doesn't say then I'm gonna say Masked Rider because our Lord and Savior Furbus is everywhere and he can just make Shadow Moon disappear.
Hashtag Hail Furbus.
If he's not with Furbus, then if Furbus is not with him, then Forze.
There you go.
I'm with Easy on this one. At least you get 2 sweet Forze.
Yeah.
I mean, Furbus, sorry.
At least Gentaro is enough of a Gary Stew that he's overpowered enough to deal with Shadow Moon.
This is true.
Prince Dex, on the other hand, well, I don't think he increased that much in power. Unless it was handed to him by some friends from Edenoi, and if you've seen Masked Rider, you know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so I'm going with Mass Rider, but
If
something
Furbus
with
is
Furbus. If Furbus is not in there, Forza, because at least Forza has a button to kill everything button.
Muffin Button.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. If Die Ranger does well enough in sales, would you like to see Shout Factory start to release the Sentai seasons in sets like they did with the Power Rangers, or do you prefer the individual series releases?
I don't see.
Individual? I say individual because 10 discs for 50 episodes.
Those are whole sets, Nathan. Those
Yeah.
aren't divvied
No,
up.
I think
Those aren't-
I think what he means is like how at one point Power Rangers was releasing like several seasons in a set.
Oh, you mean like the helmet collection or the big season packs?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd pay for the same season again.
Well,
But
I think he's saying like out the gate. Start with. Would you rather them start just releasing whole series, like whole packages of sets, or just release them individually, and then for those who don't want it later can buy the packs?
Work up to them. Work
Yeah.
up to them. If they're selling good enough, then you can make some bonus packs for people to regret their individual buys, and then make them buy it again, because that's how DVD factories work. Don't lie.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, how many times have you bought a singular movie on DVD and then you see a better box set of a bunch of all the movies in the franchise come out and you're like, damn it!
I know, right?
That's just how they siphon more money off you, and spoiler alert, it works.
It does. By the way, off topic a little bit. My Lady K's over here. She's watching Toriko on Crunchyroll, and Toriko is making the most what the fuck face I've ever seen in my life.
Oh boy. Toriko, prepare to be memed.
Oh, this is me. I wish I could show you this right now. I really do.
Screen cap.
Yeah. All right, tell you what, let me finish this email. I'm going to take a picture of this while Matty does the next one. All right, before I leave, I wanted to see if you guys could help me out. I have a video on my YouTube page called Power Rangers Then, Now, Forever. I'm trying to get it up to 1,000 views so that all my Power Rangers videos can have 1,000 or more views. So if you guys could go check it out and share, oh, the little plug here, huh?
Yep.
I see what you're trying to do here, but I think you're overestimating us.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of pull, my friend.
We don't have that kind of following. Hell, we can't even break 100 likes on Facebook. And look at how many Dance Toku Rants has. So, you're asking the wrong guys.
Yeah, sorry, man.
We're legends in our own mind, but in real life, not so much.
All right, so that's
But
it.
we will. But we could throw a cheap plug your way just to see if it helps a little bit.
Anywho, that's it for him. That's it for Nathan. Natty, you got the next one.
I got Vinny. Well, the Gold Ranger is here. Here are my thoughts on the previous episode of Royal Rangers. He's got a novel here, so I'm gonna have to. I'm looking at the timer here. I'm gonna see if I could.
Broad stroke it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's we're gonna have to start lightning rounding these things.
Yeah. We're almost done. So I believe this is the last one, except for. Red Rob like Disney. We'll get to you here.
Actually, we can. I think he's kind of getting ahead of himself for next week because that one came in during the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you already had a turn.
We'll keep it for next week. Just don't send another one. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is the last one. Let's see. This guy drives a building with a limousine, drives up, says Xandar. Xandar? I've never heard of Xandar. Neither have we, the audience watching the show. Is anywhere near the island of Panorama City that Samurai takes place in. We can clearly see a crack in the world that Samurai takes place in on an island that looks awfully similar to the shape of Japan.
Coincidence? I think not.
All right, so I think you like the first. I'm going to read the next one here, the one from this episode. So the real prince of Xandar is named Philip. I wonder, is he wed to the Princess Aurora? I could totally picture Ivan as the lost mystic knight of Tir na Nog.
Oh my God, I see what you did there.
Oh.
Oh
Aurora.
my God, that is. Give that man a cookie.
For those who don't know what the reference is, please teach. Teacher.
If I can get my hands on some good, decent episodes of Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog, folks, I would love to review it. Maybe even with TJ Omega. That'd be right up his alley. We've talked about that in the past, but that's up to TJ.
Yeah.
And I can't find any decent episodes. The ones I found are blurry as shit. So, I don't know. Maybe Mill Creek or maybe even Shout Factory one day will release that on DVD. Maybe then.
But yeah. Aurora, well, don't you mean Deirdre? But never mind. With the phrase lightning beyond me.
I get it.
So after cleverly now making the name Xandar Thunder, I have an entirely new meaning for this show. Within this show, I was fully expecting Ivan to shout it out before the words started blasting out, but nope. Hopefully later on. By the way, since his name Ivan, I kind of expected him to the end to say the Rangers in his voice. Have you any idea what it's like to be in prison for 800 years? It's boring. Not to mention I have had a Charlie Short horse since the Renaissance. Give that man a beer.
Yeah. Give him a lot of things.
Yeah.
Give him a pack of cookies, a beer, and a pepperoni stuffed pizza.
And of course, the one we've got to say is if he saw the Dino Charge team and they go, "We're the Power Rangers," he would have had to go, "Ooh, where's my autograph book?" He will never get tired of that line around here.
Paul Freeman makes that movie. I'm telling you, folks.
Yes, he does.
On a side note, right after Poisandra and Curia are electrocuted, he says, "He fried my brain," and Curia says, "Luckily, you don't have one."
No, she's lucky I don't have one.
A subtle Wizard of Oz reference.
Well, considering that the D-Boss, like the D-Boss generals were based on the Wizard of Oz, I mean, if you really look at it, Fury is the Cowardly Lion, just angry. Reg, a.k.a. Igalian, was basically the Tin Man. Buck Ryu, a.k.a. Curio, is the Scarecrow, and Poisandra is supposed to be Dorothy.
Yep. Judd, if that was a play on the Wizard of Oz dynamic of Cure Uger, the villains anyway, I see what you did there.
Get another beer. Don't get drunk. You get drunk, you'll turn into Jonathan Zacher. We don't want that.
Yeah, come on, Judd. We need you thinking and processing for hopefully that Go Busters adaptation that may still happen someday.
Oh, and apparently this wasn't the only time that reference came up. Keep going, Matty.
Yeah, previously in Double Ranger, we had the lines, "Hurry up, Tin Man," and Wrench replies, "I have a heart, will ya?" Yes, it seems the show is most definitely aware of its inspired designs.
Judd, you clever bastard.
Yep. Anyway, so those are my thoughts here. There's a PS here.
It's about our riff of Ultraman towards the future.
Yeah. You want me to read it?
It's the last email, right? Before we get to Easy's comments?
I know this is off topic, but I just have 3 things very quickly I wanted to say about Ultraman Towards the Future because you guys riffed it a little while ago. One, the show is created for Japanese audiences in mind. So there were Australian, that's what I said. So there was no reason for the actors to try and hide their accents like the Disney era. 2, the black guy is a major supporting character on the show, and he stays in it all the way to the end. I know you guys were just joking, but don't expect to see him in later episodes to get the same Hollywood movie treatment.
Hey, we're glad for that.
We are happy about that.
Archer said it best. A black astronaut, Cyril. That's like killing a unicorn. You don't do that.
Yeah, but if it's horror themed, the black guy dies first. That black astronaut is lucky he survived that long.
Seriously, though.
But that's an Archer joke, and that's spoilers. Moving on.
Yeah, to paraphrase DBZ Abridged, we here at RVT do not support the killing of black astronauts. We do, however, find it hilarious.
Okay, let's see. Lastly, three. While the Japanese title Ultraman Great, excuse me, might sound great, sound like a hyperbole. Trust me when I say it's a far greater show than the unaired American show Ultraman, the Ultimate Hero, starring Ken Kusugi, aka Jiraiya from Kaku Ranger.
I remember that.
There you go. And those are the emails. On to the writer man over there for your comments from Tokutai.me.
Yep, and we have 3. I don't think I see any new ones coming in. Let me double check just to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you check my Twitter, I just posted the Toriko picture.
Oh boy.
You had to see that.
Oh, yep.
By the way, if it felt like a marathon, 16 emails.
Jeez.
Minus the 3, so 13.
Okay, and we've got 1 or 2 novels here, so I'll broad stroke it as best I can. First one up's from Chris Ortiz. Hey guys, or hello guys, decided to take a break from my college work and give my thoughts on the episode Breakout. I really like how they were building up towards the reveal of Dino Charge Gold Ranger before this episode, and I like how they teased the fact that the person inside Fury was Tyler's father, so I give them props for that. Sorry. It's also introduced 2 new characters in Prince Philip, who I'm assuming is going to be the Graphite Ranger later on in the series. Also, my first impressions of Ivan was pretty good so far. We'll see where he goes from here. Overall, good episode of the introduction of Ivan, and good setup for Philip's character. I agree. Next one is from Demetrius Walker, who just says, just because we could never see Dino Drive outside their Megazord doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. ... He's mad.
Yeah.
Hey. We know Judd Lin had to shoehorn this in. We're not saying it's the most terrible idea. We're just making some complaints that it would be nice to see it outside the Megazord, and the way it was brought in and handled in its first outing was not that great.
Yeah.
Who knows? They may use it better in future episodes, but all we're saying is, just like Kamen Rider Drive, weak start. It was, I'm sorry, did not impress us.
No.
Yeah. Now, maybe if they whipped it out for that last-minute Hail Mary save their butts thing when they were getting their asses kicked, and it turned it around for them, maybe then. But they used it, and 5 minutes later, we're on their asses. Sorry, it's not winning me over. So, I understand your frustration.
Moving on.
Besides, toy sales. Let's be fair here. Last one from Pokemon Fan 1991, I hold in my hand the last comment. And holy crap, he wrote a lot. Also, I believe that is Jonathan Johnson in the chat. It's even on his email right here in the comments, I see. Hello, recappers. So it time for another Dino Charge. Power Rangers. Oh, I think he's singing it. Power Rangers Dino Charge. And it's all spelled out. You forgot an E in the char. So it's Dino Char.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Overcooked your Power Ranger right there.
Yep. So they made a reference to Xandar in this episode, and it is awesome. Ivan is going to be interesting, if not related to Ivan Ooze. Well, I think that's pretty much out the window.
Yeah.
So the Rangers get a new mode in America, that good. But to have them use them in the Megazord, that bad. That's the way he's spelling it, folks. I'm not making fun of him. Also, why can't use Dino Drive mode outside of the Zords? We covered this. Moving on. There's a simple explanation for that.
God
You
damn
want to hit
it.
the buddy? You want to hit the button there, Matty?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Damn it, Kosei!
Moving on.
Anyway, the real thing I'm going to be talking about is the Dino Drive mode. Tell you what works and what doesn't work. what kind of works, since the Rangers are controlling the Megazords with their bodies, I think the Megazord would get stronger as a result, but they don't show the Megazord doing that much when they went into that form. Dino Charge and Samurai are not the first team using power-ups in the Megazords. Lost Galaxy and Dino Thunder. Okay. The difference there is those were from the Sentai. Lost Galaxy had the Lights of Ginga. Dino Thunder had Obere mode, aka Rampage mode or whatever. Use Super Dynamo. Those were Sentai, so they don't go. Anyway, even though those powers were used outside of the Zords, also Dino Drive right now is just a prototype that they could upgrade to use outside the Zords one day. I'll believe it when I see it. Tyler wearing that outfit was cool, and Shelby made a pretty hot princess. Agreed. Really, it would have been weird if Kendall was the princess, and why is anyone getting the feeling that when Shelby saw Tyler like that, it was like, hello, male nurse? Okay. Also, we know that high heel hurts Shelby. Girly girl had to go through this once, or all girls have to go through that once. Sorry. Also, how did Poisandra have cable in space? That's a very good question.
Yeah. I mean, what is she like tapping into the satellite cable or something?
Does Sludge, and it's actually spelled Sludge, does Sludge pay space bills or something? No, you know what it is? Space Hulu.
Ah.
Space TV. There's still nothing on besides reruns and reality TV. Well, that's TV entirely these days.
Yeah.
The T-Rex chopper sounds like something the British would call a Power Ranger weapon. Or, I don't get it. Anyway, I'll give this episode 4 alligator shoes nibbling on Shelby's feet out of 5. Okay, that's kind of harsh.
Yeah.
Questions? Question time. What would be better, kicking Kamen Rider Forze and Dax from Overdrive into a bottomless pit where they can't use switches or Zords to be saved by the switches or Zords, or, and this is the other option, being saved by the Gokaigers from a monster and turning into the Time Rangers? I'm gonna go with the first option.
Yeah. I think that's a little more satisfying in the long run.
It is. Which theme for Super Sentai do you want them to do again that they haven't done in a long time, like rescue theme, bird theme, or science
Haven't we
theme?
already answered this like several times now?
Sorry, we're calling an audible on that one. But he does say I have some other new ones like circus themed, or ones that are based on stars or nights. I think other fans have pitched those ideas.
Yeah.
But the circus one, that would be interesting.
That would be. I would love to see how they pull that one off.
Could have a freak show Sentai.
Ooh, that would be
Or
fun.
Actually, let's be a little PC here. The transmundane.
Yeah, but you know they
Anyway.
wouldn't actually do it the way we would think
I
they would
know.
work.
I know. What theme that you don't want them to use in Kamen Rider and Super Sentai anymore? One of my choices is dinosaurs, ninja, and space. Well, not so much never use again, just space them apart a little more. Moderation.
Please.
Yeah, because I still think, even though I love Kyoryuger, I think it was a little bit too soon for dinosaurs again.
Yeah.
Just
And then
that's
to
just
have
my-
like literally a season from that, and then we have ninjas again. Jesus.
again.
Yeah.
Too close. Well, ninjas are different, but yeah, still. Anyway, so I'll see you guys later. Turn into Kamen Rider Yoshi and jumped away.
Okay then.
Not even gonna swing at that one, and that's it.
All right.
All right. Well, those, ladies and gentlemen, are your emails and comments for the week. You can send them at sorry, a little double vision there. Send them at the Ranger Recap at gmail.com. Of course, at the bottom of the page of Goku Tai, that I mean the official episode to be posted on Podomatic.com as well. So, see rule number 5 up there, please.
Please, God.
Seriously.
But that's it, everybody. You see the rules. And that's it, really.
Yep, that's it for the emails and comments. We do have one last thing to talk about tonight, folks, and you know what time it is. It is time for the Sentai Tournament.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, it's not the amiibo cockfight.
Although you wouldn't know it, given what's coming up.
Oh, yeah. Now, first off, let's take a look at last week's contenders. Koshikozo Sentai, Turbo Ranger versus Denshi Sentai, Denjiman. I'm going to admit, I love these fights. I love it when it's old school versus old school or new school versus new school, mainly because it gives us a fair fight. And this one was a little close. I mean, it wasn't like dead heat. It wasn't a dead heat race, but it also wasn't a landslide. We have 16 votes, and it was 10-6. So your winner, with 63% of the votes, Denji Sentai, Denjiman! The robots win. Turn that down a little bit here. Yes, folks, the Denjiman take the victory. What a good one. That's good. I love the old school stuff. But I have to. Oh, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure the immortal Kenji Oba had nothing to do with that.
Oh, I'm sure. No, not at all. He didn't influence the vote. No.
No,
Now,
not at all.
I'm gonna temporarily stop the stream for just a second, not very long, because I've got to hide. I got to prep up the next scene. I forgot to set something up, but it'll take 2 seconds. That should do it. Now, that being said, it's time to take a look at our opponent, our next challenge.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, yes. So, here's what's going on. Because we have a returning challenger from a previous match, they're going first, and then we're going to introduce his opponent. You'll see why I'm doing that here in a moment. First up, our returning champion.
Yes. And our returning champion.
3,000 years ago, a group of space pirates invaded Earth but were fought off by warriors of a legendary forest, who then cloaked their borders and passed their duty down the generations. Now, the 133rd generation is forced to face the unsealed pirates and a team with giant beasts to defend the planet. From 1998, Seiju Sentai, Gingaman! Series that birthed Lost Galaxy, and we mentioned earlier the Charlie Brown uniforms.
Yep.
They are. Although back. I can't vote, and even though our votes don't matter, me and Matty, we love this show, and there are 2 reasons this show should win, and they both belong to Shalinda. Am I right, Matty?
That would make 3 of us, right, Dean Ambrose?
All right, now I'm gonna set as I set up the Sentai poll here. Come on, YouTube. Oh, what the? Oh, god damn it! Get back there. YouTube doesn't like me today. Trust me, you don't even want to know what I was like before the show.
No,
doesn't like us ever.
No. There we go. I'll hit the save button here in just a second. Now, their opponents. An evil empire has invaded the Earth, and not even the legendary heroes of the past can fend them off. Only by sacrificing their power could they win the day. Now the Empire returns, but have run into some unexpected trouble. A group of space pirates seeking the greatest treasure in the universe, and using the powers of those legendary heroes to do so. Yes, folks, from 2011, Kaizo Sentai, Gold Kaija!
AKA the Brock Lesnar of Super Sentai.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going...
The man's gonna lose, aren't they?
I think so.
A lot.
Yeah, I hate to call this one ahead of time, but I know how you guys work. I know how our fans are, and I will be amazed. Folks, please prove us wrong.
Take the nostalgia goggles off, please, before you vote. Look
Yeah.
at Gokaiger on its own merits, not just, oh my god, they have all the powers of the past teams.
Oh man.
Please look at it on its own merits.
This will be yeah, we mentioned earlier, well, you know, villains aren't as great as you think. So let's see how this plays out. The
Also, me and Zeron Zephyr and several others still stand by this. Gokaiger is for kids.
But the poll is now a lot active on the page. If you refresh your page and check the description, you will see the poll open and ready. Oh boy, I am curious to see how this turns out.
Oh boy. And LPH is like, Gokaiger City, bitch. Final Wave City, bitch.
Yeah.
More like Gokai City, bitch.
Yeah, you can already see where this is going. And early signs are not prosperous. We're already getting votes coming in, and yeah.
Giga Man, we love you, but
You did good. You got through first. You got through the preliminaries, but it looks like you're not making it further than that. Let's please please prove us wrong.
Bomb, bomb, ba-dum, bomb.
This shouldn't be a tournament. This shouldn't be a tournament. This should be. Let's find a series that can get more votes than Gokaiger.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah, really. Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think we're done here, though. I think Shades has some begging to do.
Thanks for making me look get more guilty than I already am.
Hey, you're getting patron donations, Glenn Got Rocks. I haven't gotten
What the fuck are you talking about? I got one donation. I've gotten a couple of solo donations and nothing else other than that.
Still, though.
So you're still making more Patreon money than I am right now, my friend.
Yeah, but no one's taking me up on my offers. They're taking up all on yours.
Barely. But
I'm gonna have to lower the price.
I think so. But I've had to make some changes here to the fundraiser, so this should be good. This should be good here. Anyway, as you most of you probably know, I'm asking for help to get a better PC so that I can make a better show for you guys. Because let's face it, I'm at 480. This stream is at 480p maximum. Do we want to see 1080p? I do.
I'd settle for 720.
Hell, yeah, anything. But regardless, I'm asking for donations to help make that possible. And as always, for every $100 total, I will do a reaction / riff of Bo. One episode. Now, we've added something new after last night's Rising Sun. If we reach the $500 mark, me and Lady K will be doing a English dubbed cover, or at least an English dub, of WX Boiled Extreme from Kamen Rider Double. Oh yeah!
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not saying your musical talent sucks. I'm just picturing you two on a karaoke stage singing it together. It looks funny.
Oh yeah!
I'm sorry, that just looks funny in my head place.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, asshole.
I'm not saying you guys can't sing. I'm just saying it's gonna look funny to see you do it.
That's kind of the idea.
See, everyone just went, I want to pay for it, but at the same time, nope.
If anything else, you can pay. You can pay for that just so you can laugh at how it turns out. You know. Again, I'm willing to embarrass myself for your amusement. Though, hey, me and Lady K, we can put up a pretty good tune together. It may not be that embarrassing.
If you can't laugh at yourself.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, there's also individual incentives. If you yourself donate $50 or more, or you subscribe to my Patreon for $50 or more per month, I'll riff an anime of your choice. And that does continuously, meaning every month you can do it. Now, to make it easier, I know not all you guys have $50. That's a bit asking much, but let's lower it down. If you same rules for $20, I will do a reaction video of a YouTuber of your choice. A Justice actually suggested this idea, and he's helped make it happen. Any YouTuber, though, be aware that I know about the big guys like Markiplier, PewDiePie, you know, guys like that. Don't expect me to be able to do a good reaction for those. Pick somebody that's not as well known. No, he actually, you know, A Justice actually gave me one I've never heard of before, and I'm going to check out. So there's that for you as well. Exceptions will be made at my discretion, though, trust me, that's a small list of things I'll say no to. I mean, I'm already doing Bobobo. That's not, there's not much worse you can go from there without really getting in places I ain't going. Other incentive suggestions are always welcome if you have any other ideas. Huh? Which one?
Every $30, I join for it.
See, I think there's got to have to be something different than that. But what she's suggesting is that for an extra $30, she'll join the Rift. But tell you what, let's keep it down to half of what they're already having to pay. So $35 for YouTuber Rift and $65 for an anime Rift. And then, but I don't know how we would do that with the Bobobo Rift. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that's what you got. Deadline is October 31st, 2015, because I want to have that money. And I've given you guys a better link to use. And this is in the description as well of this video. Instead of sending directly to my email, because I know not all of you guys have a PayPal account, go to the email, the link you see here, paypal.me/theshades, and it'll let you send it to me through my PayPal, even if you don't have a PayPal account yourself. If you just have a credit card or a debit card, you can use it this way. Again, link to that is in the description, so you can easily send it to me. No more having to look for my email and set that whole shit up. Makes it easy. Alright, now, one last thing. As we get into what we're going on this week on Her on RBTV, I wanted to bring up something. Because earlier today, we've had a barrage of people begging us, like, what time is this show start? What time is this happening? What time is this happening? I'm going to be honest with you, I'm sick of that. We're going to make sure that you know when every stream is supposed to happen. If you don't mark it down on your calendar, don't come asking us. We ain't going to tell you. Pay attention next time. Huh?
Yeah, don't ask on Twitter. We will not reply.
No.
There's a pinned post on our Facebook page. You can find all the details there.
Yeah. And with my streams, Biohybrid will fend off those questions, but just know that I have them here for you every time. Hell, pull up the last video. You know, if you're not sure when a certain stream's supposed to start, pull up the last video. It'll tell you. So let's get that started. Tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Matty Jay Live. Matty and I will be having some random fun along with TWK and Mike Shell. Talk about whatever random bullshit we come up with. Then on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, RVT Rift Down with TWK and the crew. They may watch the next SmackDown. They may not. Who knows? You never know with those guys. Then on Friday at 8, RVT Game Night, PS3 Game Night, where these two bozos over here, along with Mike Shell and guys from Hirotaku, playing some GTA 5 online. Should be fun. Then on Saturday, I don't know exactly what time because it's kind of fluctuating right now. It's either SNN Radio or if LC's not back yet, it'll be Tony Helms doing a Let's Play. Though I've heard it on authority that he might be that LC may be coming back to do the Who Are You podcast with Mike Shell and Yamiachi and a couple others. So check that out on Saturday night. And you can go from there. Then on Sunday at 6 p.m., a 8-episode drive marathon of Toku Riffs Live. God,
we finally converted him, folks.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
For those who missed it, for those who missed it on Sunday, yes, Drive finally won me over. It finally did it. So see how that continues on Sunday with myself, Easy here, and our new guy, Spade Ace. Should be fun. Then on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I've got a new riff. As I mentioned earlier, A Justice has donated the money, so I'll be doing a brand new riff of a YouTuber. If you guys want to add to that, keep the money flowing, ladies and gentlemen. We're at $130 right now, I believe. So let's see if we can get that number up higher. I want that number up higher. I want to hit 200 by Monday. I really do. Actually, no, wait, we're at 100, 150, 160, 100, and I think we're at 170, somewhere around there. So I forgot, LPH donated 50. So that's that, and then of course, come right back around here next Tuesday, forget that, next Tuesday at 8 for Ranger Recap. One more time, we're gonna take care of that. And we got episode 12, we know that's coming, so there's that as well. And, guys, that's gonna do it.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Also, I have an Amazon wish list. You buy me the link is in the description of the podcast. If you buy me a thing, the game capture for the game night, not during while we're in season, but obviously, but we the deal's back on. Buy me one of those things, and we're riffing that episode of Mass Rider we found that we need to riff.
Yeah, but actually, Matty, if you can send me the link to that before the end of the show, I'll put that in the YouTube description too.
I will. Give me a second there, actually.
Yeah, because I want to be fair here. I don't want, I put my stuff on there. I should be fair to put your stuff in there, and I've already got Easy's Patreon on there too. Fair is fair.
Fair is fair. That's true. There you go. So I'm about to send it in to you. There it is. But yeah, we're done. And a thank you in advance, of course.
Well, Easy, I think you got some jokes ready, I assume?
Yes, jokes about knights. Again, don't worry, these are new ones. But that's going to do it for us on the recap. Until the next time, I'm Easy Rider reminding you that you're unique, just like everybody else on the planet. Oh, guys. Did you guys hear the one about, dang, I lost it. Did you hear the one who had did you guys hear the one about how the Burger King took the Dairy Queen out on a date? They went to White Castle.
Okay, that one's actually funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, the king is used to being alone and isolated. But sometimes when he's alone and by himself and no one else around, sometimes they can find that uprisings are a pleasant surprise.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, long way to get to that joke. Okay. Didn't like that one, huh? Did you guys hear about the peaceful day in the castle? It was peaceful. Everything was going fine. It was perfect all day until the arrival of a dark and stormy night. Oh, yeah, that one was pretty terrible. How do you find a prince?
Ow.
You follow his footprints.
Oh.
I had to shoehorn that one in. I'm Easy Rider reminding you that the fan sub will never die. We are your Ranger Recappers. We will see you next week, for real this time. And as always, don't forget to Dino Charge. Forget to Dino Charge. Can't talk tonight. And of course, may the power protect you. We'll see you next time.
And now for something completely different.
It's mine.
I move for no man. So be it! Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
You liar!
Come on, you pansy.
Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left.
Yes, I have.
Look!
It's just a flesh wound.